The Aussie Kid.
We're back, man.
The Aussie Kid is back, and you know
I'm Australian now.
No, you're
full Australian.
Oh, I know. I call you the Aussie Kid.
The Aussie Kid.
Yeah. Now your pet. I need the whole Aussie breakdown, but before we get into that, a couple things I want to talk to you about, if that's cool.
Yeah, well, before you do, can we? There's an elephant in the room. I don't know. Hold on. Well, before I really want to get this Australia trip. I want to do that. We haven't seen each other in a while. I know. I have to.
Been trying,
I have to address this before the listeners like. But is Callan sucking on a Jolly Rancher? No, he's not. Everyone.
I'm taking him out.
50-year-old. He has braces.
He has braces. I got Invisalign.
It's Frank Shamrock. Everybody,
listen to me.
Meet Frank Shamrock.
I'm talking like this. Hey, you guys. I don't know what the big deal is.
Finally got Invisalign.
Yeah, I got some.
But I like how you don't. I like how you're just like, "What's up, bro? What's going on?" I'm like, "Excuse me." Well, your braces are going on. No, you got to leave them in.
I won't leave them in.
Why?
Because I can't talk normally.
Yeah, you can.
They bother me. Sure can't.
Well, leave the bottom ones in.
No, I won't.
You sound normal right now. Hey, look at me. Leave the bottom ones. Your top ones are good. Leave them bottom ones in. Dude, you're going to get in trouble with your dentist.
Fuck off. That's what I have to say. I can't even close my mouth. My back teeth don't touch. Try chewing like that. They fucked up.
Your teeth aren't going to go straight.
Listen, bro.
All right, where were we? But don't ever just randomly walk up to me after you got braces and just act like everything's hunky-dory.
First of all, they're in
like everything's
don't call them
all normal. like, hey, man.
You're talking to me and finally you go, you get Invisalign?
Like, excuse me, sir.
Sure did. And they're very noticeable. I love them. Be like, you didn't notice them. They're super noticeable.
No, you can definitely notice.
You're wearing plastic on your fucking teeth.
So it's like you have a plastic mouthpiece up top and on bottom.
Yeah, you ever go into somebody's house and they have plastic on their couches?
Only my black friends when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's a New York thing.
That's
also that's African American thing. That's also an Italian thing.
It's also a terrible thing.
Yeah, you'd see that people would literally put they'd put plastic.
Yeah, I know.
See-through plastic.
Unless that couch is pure gold on it, why the fuck what are you saving it for?
Because you buy a couch for life. Because your couch is $5,000 or whatever it is. And
no, $5,000. Not the couches when I was a kid. Those things made $200-$300. They're clean as fuck.
Yeah, clean as fuck.
Waste of time.
My mother had a living room I wasn't allowed to go into until I was about 20.
Yep, same here.
Oh no,
I have jet lag like a
I was about to say you just fell asleep.
No, super jet lag. Super. You know, everyone's like, no, you get over it. Jet lag's not a big deal. Huh?
No, listen. It's the worst. It gets to you.
Dude, yesterday, I did everything in my power to try and stay awake. I drank 7 espressos. I woke up. I ran freaking damn near 8 miles with stairs. I was just trying to stay awake.
Regulate yourself.
Then old 2 o'clock rolls around. And I'm eating. I'm eating all on 3rd Street. And I shit you not, I'm at Chipotle on 3rd Street and I'm falling asleep at the table.
Yeah.
My son's like, what's going on here? Is my dad OD? And I'm just going in and out of it.
Yeah, you can't. People who think, like, they torture you with a lack of sleep. You need sleep. Miss one night of sleep, please come talk to me.
Chin, how much sleep did we average? Would you maybe 3 hours a night? Some nights I did no sleep.
Is that true?
Some nights no sleep, and then, probably 3 hours.
Is that true?
Magic number.
Why?
If I got 3, I felt like $1 million for about the next hour or two.
Why so little sleep?
Just the time change, and then we were up all night, and then because you get done with a show, you start a show at 8, and then I get done around 10:30, then VIPs, so your adrenaline's up, and then your body's just like, what is going on?
You want to go out and grab a drink or food?
No, I don't. I don't go out and drink. We just want food.
Yeah.
And then you get back, and the next morning we have to be our call time's like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to fly out in the next city.
What?
So it's just boom, 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 boom.
5 a.m., 6 a.m. Stop it.
5:30.
How long were those flights?
3 hours maximum.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
One of them felt longer than the shorter one.
2.5 from Brisbane to Melbourne was 2.5.
Yeah.
From
it's a giant
Melbourne
continent.
to New Zealand was 3.
Yep.
Then from New Zealand to Sydney was 2.
Something like
around there. Mm-hmm. That didn't seem too bad though. I'll tell you, as crazy as schedule sounds and all that stuff, one of the best experiences of my life.
Really?
If not the best.
I got to hear about this.
If not the best.
Because I heard you were up there and you're like, ooh, I don't fucking need that club comic. And they were like,
yeah, the whole crowd was like, fuck Bryan Callen.
Fuck Bryan Callen. Fuck Bryan Callen.
I was like, whoa, relax.
But then you got caught up.
You're right. And they went,
who needs him?
And then they were throwing koalas at me. I was catching them like this.
Biting their heads off.
Ozzy Osbourne
He's
style.
killing koalas with his mouth.
What?
No, chlamydia
We all have
mouth.
chlamydia. Hey, how about this? You saw the picture I took with, I think I sent to you of the koala.
Yeah.
And the whatever the place is called. What was the place
Lone
called?
Pine.
Lone Pine Sanctuary,
Koala
Animal Sanctuary. Well, I took the picture there, and they're like, they gave us all this access, and these celebrities go there to handle the koalas, and they take a picture of me, and like, the only thing we ask is that you post a picture on social media and tag us. I'm like, yeah, of course, man. Just give me a cute picture with a koala. I'll tag whatever you want. And then in the title, I put a few things you know about koalas. I was joking around. I'm like, they all have chlamydia.
Yeah.
And that literally hours later, they called our tour manager, Simon, shout out to Shrimp. They were like, hey, Shab has to take that down, man. He's going to affect the admission. Like, people aren't going to want to come if they think our koalas have chlamydia.
Oh.
I was like, ain't happening. No,
Yeah.
and I said, you tell them that koala did have chlamydia. Talk to him, has chlamydia.
Had chlamydia.
And all of them
Got a
have
runny
chlamydia.
dick.
And you know what they respond back? These ones actually don't. There's a few that don't, and ours are one of the few.
Okay.
I'm like, you know what? I'm not affecting your admission of the koala.
Now, was that a baby koala? What was that?
It's
How
full
big?
grown.
Full grown.
They're pretty small, and they look like old men. All of them look
Yeah.
like old, and they don't move fast at all.
Slow-moving animals, like sloths.
Until you get a digit in that anus on accident. You got a digit in the anus, his claws went,
Wait, why did you get your digit
because
in his
this
anus on accident, quote unquote?
Because this koala wrangler was like, you have to put your hands together like a basket. I'm like, my fingers are fucked up. I can't really do a basket. Can I just go like this? So I made like I was catching a punt.
Yeah.
And then she sat him right on me, put the old anus around that ring finger.
Oh boy.
And that's when
Oh,
at
boy.
first he was all cool, and they went, here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my, and I didn't think, I'm like, why is he doing this? She's like, well, okay, there's the problem. So you need to, and I guess I just had to.
So I'm that guy. Like if I'm in my past, when I've been with a woman, sometimes you get a girl who starts to explore that
You
area.
clinch it up.
Sometimes you get a girl who's like, I got long nails, but I'm a little drunk, and I might just go an inch south here, and she starts a roaming, and you're like, you know what? You're lingering there with that middle finger or that ring finger.
That's what this koala
on
did.
my rumpy pumpy as I'm taking care of business, and all of a sudden, and you're like, hey, no,
That's what the
you go
old
back.
koala did.
Yeah, I
And
koala up
you
too.
know they're high all the time off eucalyptus leaves.
Really? That's why
High
they're so,
all the time. That's why they're
move
all
so
chill.
slow.
Yeah, they were all chill like sloths. I'm like, what are they on? Fucking NyQuil? What do you guys give these things? And then the kangaroos were so used to humans, they didn't give a fuck about us. Like that one laying down, I was like, I'm just going to cuddle him. He's like, do whatever you want. That thing's not going to do anything. I'm like, really? It's not
That's
going to rip my face
amazing.
off? So I was just like, he's like, if you want to get down, there's like ticks and fucking Australian leeches or whatever. I just went down and started grabbing them.
That was
I
a
all up
great
I was
video.
all up on 'em.
Great video. But what eats koalas?
I don't know. I don't think they have any real predators.
Really?
Yeah.
But so
Are they plentiful?
Well, I think so. I don't know, man. You got a lot of hey. Do I look like the goddamn?
I
Do
don't
I
know,
look like
man.
Steve Irwin?
I don't know.
I told dick jokes. I didn't fucking study.
Hey, bro, you were there. You went to the
not a
sanctuary.
koala expert.
You went to the sanctuary.
How about the sanctuary? They have these things. Literally, fucking in one tank is the most venomous snake on earth.
Tiger snake? Or
I forget what it was.
Banded kite?
Something like it was just this nasty ass looking snake there. Next to this crazy python. There's fucking Tasmanian devils, which were crazy looking, fighting each other.
What?
Old Chin. Then there's a dingo, basically another word for your common dog.
It's a-
Old Chin
No wild
is
dog.
obsessed with this dog. Took 30 selfies with the dog.
Could you pet it?
No, it's in a cage.
Yeah,
Standard-
dingoes are wild dogs.
Yeah, hey, standard dog.
Standard
Look
dog.
like a border collie on steroids.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, bro.
Kind of muscular.
Out of all these
yellow,
fucking
muscular dog.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, well, anyways, that's a dog. There's bats, giant fucking fox bats that were like this big, and then it looked like they had like tires wrapped around. They were so sick. Old Chin had no interest in any of that. He was like, dude, you got to check this. And I went, Chin
Only
hey, I
interested
went
in
like
the
this.
dog.
Chin, look at me. Get away from that dingo, man. You know what? Fuck that. Get away from that Australian dog. Get over here.
Chin,
I
be
need-
more into the fox bat.
I need you to address how dangerous the snake is instead of taking pictures with the fucking dog.
That's fucking
And I
hilarious.
started making racist jokes.
What was the deal? Of course you did. Korea.
I went, is your mouth watering?
Chin,
we
why
share teriyaki sauce?
are you so into the dog? Besides the fact that it's
teriyaki
making your tummy rumble.
Hey, how about I said I did this bit on
Japanese.
I did this on stage. Talking about Chin was obsessed with this dingo, and I was like, "Hey, Chin, what are you thinking? Teriyaki, kung pao?" And he's like, "Teriyaki's not fucking Korean." I was like, that's true. That's very true.
That's true. It's very Japanese.
It's funny, man.
So you saw the dog and you saw the dog and you were like,
It's pretty.
oh.
It's very pretty.
Look like a standard dog. That was as soon as we got off the plane. The guy's like, "You guys got 1 day free. This is your only day free." He goes, "Would you like to see a koala?" I'm like, "Sir, it's the only reason I came."
Yeah.
And so that's what we
No
did.
Crocs? Do you go to the out? You weren't in the Outback or anything
We
like
saw
that.
nothing. I'll tell you. Well, I'd love to see all of them again, but there's a couple things that surprised me. Let's just get this out of the way now. The weather. So the weather was nice in New
Like LA,
Zealand and
was it?
Sydney.
Okay.
Sydney was just like LA. New Zealand was super nice. Straight out of Lord of the Rings. Very, very beautiful place. And we barely saw some of that, but just flying in. And I saw Sydney like Opera House and all that. But Melbourne and Brisbane, man, freezing.
Really?
It was cold.
Is it their winter right now?
Yeah, it's their winter.
love
And then Sydney,
I know.
might as well be Tokyo.
As in,
Huh?
hold on. As in what? Very crowded or as in very Japanese? As in,
Hey, when I say this, it was all China, it was all Asian.
it's all Asian.
Oh yeah,
So was it mostly Chinese?
I think it was Chinese, yeah.
Great deal of Chinese.
A lot of Chinese.
And
There were
Beijing,
Koreans, too.
Beijing.
Koreans too, right?
A lot of Koreans.
And because they, it's close. I had no idea.
Right. So, yeah.
They're everywhere. I had no idea.
You're blinking right now. Relax.
Bro, I figured it'd just be all white people and a couple of Aborigines like here and there.
Yep.
Just like real
Sure.
like dark.
That's what I would have guessed.
Like dark Aborigines.
Yeah. The originals. I call them the originals.
Bro, when I say that place is taken over by Asians, they take everything over.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. No, I understand.
What was the last meal we had there,
I never
Chin?
would have guessed that.
What was the last meal we had there?
Dumplings.
Dumplings,
Dumplings
with
in
with
Sydney.
cold chicken and white rice with chopsticks.
What happened to the
And I
whites?
asked- the whites got ran out, man.
What the?
Steve Irwin be rolling over in his grave. I saw none.
That's a little bit like Vancouver. Vancouver is
Oh no, I've been in Vancouver. No.
nothing like
B. I've been in Vancouver.
Right.
It's nothing like Vancouver.
Sydney, I never heard this.
No, it's like they won the war. No, it is crazy, man. I was shocked.
Sydney.
I was
The
shocked.
Chinese population. Find out what the Chinese population of Sydney is.
6 billion.
Just everywhere you look.
It was like we stayed downtown. It was a beautiful area, but it was like staying in Koreatown here.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, right?
But that's amazing. That's
They're
amazing.
third in the list. 287,952.
God, a lot of Irish. There was a lot of Conor McGregor fans out there.
Wow.
But it's surprising, right?
Yes, very surprising. That's a great deal of Chinese.
I
All right.
had some great food, good times. It was
Great food.
for me as an artist is the best thing I've ever done because 6 shows in 4 days, but it was
6 shows in 4 days.
But it was like
5 shows.
5 shows in 4 days.
That's ridiculous.
But it like I'm rep after rep theaters.
Yeah,
and
man.
Like I'm
You see
finding
how you
stuff,
get good.
and there's new stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when you do the road like that, you come away with a whole new act.
It was great.
You
man.
know,
it was
yeah,
so.
There's
so
nothing
good
more
for me.
satisfying than
But
that.
what was different too is like with Fire and the Kids, we might do a show where I might be a little tired, I might be a little off, or you might be a little tired, you might be. But we find it. But together,
we hold each other up.
we hold each other up. Like
Nah, you're
you'll
up there
bring it
alone.
out of me, or
Yeah.
I'll bring it. You know what I'm saying? We figure.
Yeah.
But this one, like I felt the responsibility to those fans,
Sure.
especially theaters. I'm like, you better show the fuck up.
That's
man.
what stand-up is. When you go out there alone, it's you, for an hour, and they want you to solve those problems.
It was great,
It's
man.
like you got to solve a problem for an hour, which is make us fucking laugh.
2
you
hours,
know?
son.
Yeah.
They see 2 hours,
Yeah.
and then the last night because we'd have these meet and greets. The last night, I was just excited to be done. I was just happy to be there. The last Sydney show, best show I've ever had, hands down, of anything I've ever done.
In your last show too.
And then we did, and I felt like I was finally getting in a groove.
Yep.
And I told him, I was like, dude, I could have stayed way longer. He's like, I know, when you come back at her next time. But for those VIPs, we did the VIP meet and greet, and there was like 85. I probably stayed for another 90 minutes just answering questions, like talking to them, chilling.
How great is
It was
that? You
fun,
get
man.
energy from that, though.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's what
It
you're
was a
made
lot
to
of
do.
fun, man.
It's what
I
you're made
loved
to
it.
do. It's a little bit historic because you are the first athlete to do that. It's kind of crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, it really is. It's exciting. I couldn't believe those crowds. It hit me when I saw those crowds. it hit me that this was what you were doing there. I was like, what the fuck? Theaters, people going crazy.
Crazy.
It was amazing.
It's cool, man. And the
Now, would you want to go back?
one I told the Brad who runs Nice Promotions.
Yeah.
I told him I'm going back once a year.
It's great.
Boom, boom,
Are we
boom.
going to take Fighter and the Kid there?
We need to, man. Don't be
Yeah.
scared.
I'm not.
But as far as growing the brand, especially for myself and everything, I'm telling you that once you see it like you're there with your own eyes, you realize what it does. And now I want to do more of it. I want to go to Europe. I want to do this other stuff. It was brilliant, man. It was great.
Ireland, UK.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And then Mark Hunt ended up winning the fight, predicted it. Like people are like, you're just saying it because you're here. I'm like, I'm not, man. I think Lewis versus Hunt. I like Lewis. It's just stylistically, it's bad matchup.
It also looked like Lewis got tired. Am I right?
Well, he always gets tired.
Yeah.
They're heavyweights. Mark Hunt was tired.
He was tired.
They're
Yeah.
both tired. But yeah, so that was good. And then I'll tell you what was weird is I even text Rogan like, dude, because Rogan did shows out there. Like, dude, I am so fucking tired, man. Before I was like right in the middle of it, where it was you know what I'm saying? Like,
So are they ahead by 12 hours?
17 hours.
So they're ahead by 17
so
hours.
it's Tuesday morning there.
Okay, that's a very difficult thing to get used to.
So there's one show where I was just like, dude, and Rogan was like, I've dealt with it, man. He was like, I stretch, I do this. He's like, I'll even shadow box, I'll dance on some music. I just posted a video on me on Instagram, just running in circles in my green room, literally just sprinting back and forth to wake the fuck up.
Yes. I heard that Tom Cruise, I know this from Artie Lang, Tom Cruise will be done with the take. His assistant comes over, gives him a jump rope, and he starts jumping rope.
To wake up?
Takes. That's just how he keeps himself up. He'll just
That's
jump
smart,
rope.
man.
Yeah.
For me, it's cool because, me and Chin spent some time together, but I was, a lot of time on my own. It's rare I'm ever on my own. Like, I have family here.
Yep.
I'm with you. I'm with my friends in LA, or I'm with my brother.
Did you like it?
I kind of liked it, man, because
Yeah.
it gave me a lot of time to reflect on things and get more ideas, like what I want to do next. And then, like, there was a morning, because I couldn't sleep in, so I'd wake up at 4:35 a.m. every morning, and then try and find a coffee, and I'd walk the city.
You ever heard of this expression wood shedding? So wood shedding is something that the jazz musicians used to always use. So that what they would do is so you play a show and you'd be a jazz musician, you'd be a great jazz musician. And then they would decide, that they got to put all that stuff aside and come up with a new sound. Mm-hmm. And they would go into what's called the woodshed, where they'd spend a lot of time alone and just play their horn all day.
So they found something.
Spend time alone for a month or whatever it might be.
Yeah, way too long.
Well, no, but it's not really if you're working on something. So it's the same idea. Like, it's important for you to be alone sometimes when you're coming up with these ideas, because you're in your own head, you're with yourself.
But plus, people will sway things to tell you this is stupid, or like I found some stuff where, I've had people help me on certain things, and then I'm like, God, that's not how I would say it. That's not what I would do. And I didn't realize it until I was saying it out loud. I'm like, that's not what I would do. So I had to
It's called finding
things.
your own voice, because it's really hard not in the beginning when you're doing anything artistic. You're going to mimic.
You're going to emulate what you see.
You have to. You're going to be influenced by that, and then you create your own music after a while.
I'll tell you what was interesting is that the promoter Brad, who they deal with, I mean, you're talking everyone, the biggest of the big, and he was saying to me how the times are changing as far as touring, the touring industry goes, because he goes, let's say I bring in, name an older artist, like, I don't know, name an older
The Eagles.
Yeah, there you go, the Eagles. That's a good one. So they're huge, right? Eagles are still the Eagles, but they have to do press in the morning. He's gonna have to put up posters. You have to do billboards. And he goes, and I take shit from other pros like this. He goes, but I'll do a guy like you, who, your social media, your podcast will sell all our tickets. I don't have to invest any money in you.
That's amazing.
Besides the flights. He goes, or these YouTubers. He was telling me about some of these YouTubers have 10 million, 20 million subscribers. He goes, they will come. He goes, you know how you're bouncing all around? They will come into Sydney and do 7 days, 3 shows a day, sold out. He goes, you know how much promotion I do? I go, how much? He goes, 0. He goes, the game's changing. He goes, people have their own promoters with social media.
Right.
He goes, so it cost me barely, chump change to bring these guys here because they're selling themselves.
It's incredible.
And no one's doing radio in the morning. No, I'm not putting up billboards of these old artists.
Right.
He goes, so I'm using these YouTubers, guys like you. I'll do Q&As with celebrities, and it just sells themselves because they tweet it out.
That's amazing.
And I was asking him, I was like, those YouTubers, is it like cheap thrills? Or he goes, no, man. Like they have a team behind them. It's a really, really good production.
Wow.
It's crazy, man.
That's incredible, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, the whole game has changed.
Yeah, it was great talking to him. It was great talking to him. He goes, I make money hand over fist because I bring you out. He goes, what, you cost me flights out here. He goes, I didn't take any sales to sell your tickets.
That's
you did
nuts.
on your podcast, which
nuts.
is for you and me is free.
Yeah. That's
He's like the whole game's changing. And he's like, and people. He goes, I won't even look at people who can't sell tickets for it like that now. He goes, I'm not putting the time in.
It's like anything else.
Because I can just go over here and be like, hey, can you tweet this out? And they sell tickets.
Entire industries are dying. That's why publicists back in the day, a publicist would do. You'd pay them literally $6,000 a month.
Oh yeah.
To get you into certain magazines and just get you out there on. You'd go and do promotional stuff, and now. It's, you got these YouTubers and people like that, or for that matter, this podcast where you don't have to really.
Even myself, like I just booked a show in Phoenix on July 18th or something like that week of. And the venue goes, hey, will you fly in early and do press? A, I'm not going to need to.
Yeah.
B, I don't do that.
Yeah.
What do you want me? Because it doesn't work like that. I'm not your traditional comic where I was an open micer and I'm building a fan base. I come with this fan. I'm not going to do press and sell someone on my, it's not going to work.
You already have
That's
the
not
people
what we
that
do.
know you were coming anyway.
That's not what we do.
Yeah.
It's just in talking to this promoter. He's literally, you're talking about, he works with Coldplay. I mean, you're talking the biggest in the world. He's like, we just don't do that anymore. He goes, it's a waste of money. He goes, because if you hear an ad on whatever, you're not going to be like, oh, let me go buy that ticket. Like, you're going to know these days because of social media.
Yeah.
It was brilliant, man. The guy, smart dude. That Brad was a smart dude,
Good
man.
guy.
He knows his fighting. It was good. Really good.
They don't even do marquees, really, in Australia.
Really?
Like, yeah. I guess everything's already done and set, so they know where you're going to be at.
Dude, and I'll tell you, they ran such a tight ship. Like, we'd fly in the airport. Here's your ticket. Here's this. Go to this VIP lounge. Here's your food, coffee. Get off the thing. Everything was taken care of. Yeah, I had to have nothing.
It's a well-oiled machine, man.
Very well.
Well, and
These
then
guys have done
I
that
went,
shit.
dude, I told Shrimp, aka Simon, I went, dude, you're a beast at this. He goes, you got to realize something, brother. I'm used to dealing with 20, 30 people. He goes, and
So you're
he
easy.
He goes, you're talking about dancers, pyrotechnics, all this stuff.
So it's you and Chin. That's it.
Yeah, and he goes, this is, like, when we land, he's like, this is it? I'm like, well, yeah, what'd you think, man? He's like, I'm just, all right. He goes, let's do it. And he was fucking great, man.
That's amazing. So he was with you the whole trip.
Flew everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But literally, we'd go through security and just flash them right. I mean, we're
Wow.
customs,
man, Simon.
everything.
That's incredible.
Food. He'd like, let's make sure you get food. You do this. You do the
He knew all the
VIPs.
places to eat.
He knew everything.
No great white shark dive.
No. Guess it wasn't the
So
time
next
either.
time maybe you do a day off. Would that make sense?
Yeah, maybe. But the days when I would like when we flew in, I wish I had a show that day. Like, I don't know. I don't like waiting around.
Yeah.
Rather be like do a show and then, I don't know.
Take a little nap.
I would have done. Next time I'll do just one big show in Sydney. One big show. That'd be my plan. But we'll see. Either way, man, I just thought that the whole business thing, him talking like that, and he's in the States all the time doing similar stuff. I just thought it was so, like, the dynamics and the way it's changing is crazy to me.
Yeah,
man.
it's nuts.
Then I was like, you got to tell me who's difficult to work with. You got to tell me. And I'm not going to rat these guys. I don't want laundry, put his laundry out there. But it was fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what? Like, this one very famous guy goes, he's exhausting because he comes here. And, you know how we have a shuttle not a shuttle. They had, like, those vans, like those black vans, those like Mercedes vans.
Yeah.
So instead of a tour bus, we use that. And he goes, so we use that for everyone. We'll just get a few of them, load people in. He goes, well, this one guy who we'd all know, he goes, he likes to drive. So he refuses to go with us, and he doesn't know where he's going. We drive on the right side. So
Shit.
he's getting in multiple accidents. He's getting tickets. He's late everywhere. He's hitting on all the girls.
Nice.
Yeah, he's exhausted. He goes, we will never have him back. And I went, really? Don't you sell tickets? He goes, I know 1,000 people
doesn't
that will
matter.
sell tickets.
Yeah.
He goes, it does not matter. He doesn't sell that much. more than anyone else.
The funny thing about Hollywood is the same thing. You can be famous as shit. If you're a pain in the ass, as soon as one movie doesn't do well, nah, can't do it. No thanks. Exhausting.
He's saying this guy would keep hitting on the girls. We had a girl, one of the tours driving us around. get in, like, what's up, girl? Keep grabbing her. Like, hey, man, the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing, man? Older gentleman.
An older gentleman, typically. He doesn't pass the point of giving a fuck.
Hilarious, right?
Yeah.
And what else was weird out there is that I wasn't used to is there's no tipping.
Really?
So like and not that the service is bad, but we don't have to work for tips. It's not like they forgot a lot of
slower.
They forgot a lot of shit, right, Chin?
Yeah.
Like I asked for this Diet Coke price several times. You asked for that orange juice 40 times.
Yeah.
You know about Australia's history, right? Like how it started?
A little bit, but this is what else was weird to me. Is New Zealand? You know, New Zealand has different currency than Australia. Mm-hmm. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. So I had Australia cash. Went to go get a coffee, and the girl. It was this girl was she was younger, but she took no type of shit girl,
Right.
pretty girl, and I ordered there. You just got strong flat whites. It was fucking brilliant. Some of the best coffee I've ever had in every city. There's more coffee shops there.
You told me that.
It was so fucking.
I got
good.
that text. Great coffee. Really tired.
You would love it. Everywhere. Coffee was fucking great.
Yeah.
I didn't have one bad coffee.
Wow.
Anyways, I go to New Zealand. I go to pay, and she goes, "What are you doing?" Like, giving you cash for the coffee. She goes, "This is New Zealand." I went, "Yeah, I know. Here's your cash." She's like, "That's Australian money, man." I went, "Yeah," and she goes, "We're not Australia. We're not in Australia."
Different part of
and she goes,
different
"We have a different fucking currency."
Yeah.
I went, "You do?" She goes,
Oh God.
and she goes, "You think I sound like someone from Australia?" I went, "Listen to me," because now
To your untrained ear,
we're kind
yeah.
of joking, but you can tell. I went, "Listen to me. You sound identical to an Australian. You all sound the same." She goes, "Oh my fucking God!" And she goes, "Mary, deal with this guy. Someone come out here and deal with this fucking guy." She goes, "We sound all the same. We couldn't be more different." I went, "You sound identical."
They definitely
and I
think of themselves as different.
But then
than
she
they
could
are.
tell we were joking. I went, "You sound identical." I went, "You keep that fucking coffee warm. I'm gonna go to this bullshit ATM and get out your stupid fucking New Zealand cash." She went, "Get that fucking cash." I went, "And you're not getting a tip. How about that? You're not getting a tip because you guys don't accept tips." She goes, "Yo, we get paid more hourly." I went, "That's fine. That's fine. That's why the service sucks." And I went and got the cash. She was great though.
That's great. That's great, man. Yeah.
I had no idea about the currency, but tell me a little. I was wondering, about
Australia,
because Australia was dominated by English, right?
Well, yes, but do you know what it's past? How Australia? Do you know who the first English people in Australia were? Do you know what that
do you
was
mean?
about? So
They're from England, correct?
they're originally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you know why they went from England to all the way to Australia? It's a very
by mistake?
interesting. Nope.
Why?
It's a really interesting. It was a penal colony. So when you were a criminal, the Brits would send you in a boat there.
That's right.
And they would just send you. And so Australia originally started as a penal colony. And then, of course, families would come and all that stuff. But, basically, and then, of course, you had explorers who studied the outback and stuff. But for the most part, that's the infamous founding of Australia, which is in a lot of ways, which is to their credit, because Australians are never, from my experience and the things I've read and talked to Australians and all, they're not a cocky group of people, right?
Dude, no,
they're very humble.
They're not cocky at all.
And they're really fun.
They're the nicest
Yes.
people I've ever met. Even if you made a mistake or you said something, they're
great.
They're great. They're fucking great.
Because
they throw around the word legend too much, but they're great.
but they can't. But because they can't be like, we rock. We're the superior. We ran the world. No, they started as a penal colony. So there's a built-in sort of modesty and
they're
a
great
humble nature
people,
to
man.
the
Fucking
Australian.
great.
Yeah, which a lot of people don't realize. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then they were able to sort of be far away enough from the crown, from England, to have their own independence, to create their own country. So they didn't really have to deal with British oppression back then, taxation and things like that. They kind of were left alone. It's just too far to launch 1,000 ships to.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So they just kind of became their own thing.
I guess Sydney, they were telling me, because everywhere we land, I go, what's real estate like here? I guess Sydney's crazy expensive.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. And probably a lot because of a lot of immigration, Chinese immigration, and things like that.
That makes sense.
Because people in China don't want to put their money necessarily in their own economy. They want to put it in a stabler, a place like, Australia, United States and stuff like that, which is what drives a lot of the prices in Vancouver and in New York. It's a lot of Chinese.
Dude, I
Russian
went
money.
to this restaurant in New Zealand. I just wanted to, all I wanted in New Zealand before the show. So we landed, we had 2 hours for the show. So I was like, I just want a good meal, like at a steakhouse, like a really nice meal before I go. And I went right across the street at, I forget what it is though, Metro City, not Metro City. What is that? City Walk or something. It's basically like a Universal Studios City Walk type of thing. Went right across the way there, and there was this restaurant. Look, it wasn't a chain. It was an original restaurant. I went in there, and I just sat at the bar and asked. It was like this young guy, and I went, they had a crazy menu of fish and steak. I went, what's the best thing here? And he goes, we get this, this, and this. I went, man, is there any way you could just like give me like portion of them? I can just try it all. Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, really?
And I had the best fucking meal. Yeah, I had like fish sliders, ceviche, these tacos. Of course, shit my pants after, but I had a great combination of things, man.
Yeah,
it was so nice.
That's beautiful. I made the mistake of eating a lot of steak and a lot of wine last night. And old 50-year-old Bryan doesn't do well with that. I woke up.
Kept you up?
I woke up in a full sweat.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you go?
Body temperature was spiked. I was 4 in the morning, and I was like, da, 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 da. My heart's like, I can't
Where'd you
handle that
go?
shit. Oh, I ate at home. My father-in-law cooked some mean fucking steak.
Oh, he can cook.
And I just started woofing it down, drinking couple bottles of wine.
See, that sounds like a nice
eating
night.
Cheese, and then rounded that off with some goat milk deep chocolate ice cream.
Well, goat milk ice cream? What the fuck's wrong with you guys?
So good.
Where's the regular
that.
ice cream?
I don't eat cow
That's some
dairy
Calabasas shit.
Nope.
Why don't you eat dairy?
I can't do the cow thing. I have an allergy to it.
Bull fucking shit. Hey, you have braces and you refuse to eat cheese and dairy?
Yes.
Fuck you, Bryan.
Hey, man.
No, fuck you.
No, I eat cow I eat sheep and goat
No, you
dairy.
don't. I've seen you eat regular old aged.
Shut up, Brennan. All right, sometimes I do.
Shit.
But then it gives me problems. I have skin issues.
Dog, you have changed. You got braces and you won't eat cheese?
Yeah, I'm getting delicate in my old age.
Oh, my God.
And I need every bit of my 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep.
Me too, man. I took Ambien on the plane out there. I slept straight 10 hours, woke up, had like 4 hours left. It was great. The way there, I had Chen take one. He was all, how about Chen thought we were fucking smuggling cocaine or something? So I went, here, just take these so you sleep. The pill is
It's tiny.
Hold on. It's the quarter of a Tic Tac.
Yeah.
It is a fucking fragment.
Yep.
I hear Chen, he's like, we're in line. He's like, look around. I'm like, hey, I'm not asking you to smuggle drugs in your ass. Why are you looking around like this? He's all, I don't know, man. What if they check it? I went, if they check the speck in your pocket, then you deserve to get caught. He's like, no. And he goes, I go, why would you take it now? He goes, I'm just nervous, man.
I got paranoid. I got caught with it.
You fucking buck up.
God,
And you
I'll tell you, he's not going to be a drug mule.
I was going to say.
My God, you should have seen him sweating. I'm like, what are you doing right now?
Whiz.
I didn't give you some fucking cocaine to smuggle in your brumper.
Hey, how about
they didn't work for me. I took 4.
You're a big boy.
I took 4.
I saw you.
I sent you a picture of my
you
hand.
big boy.
And there's like 2 or 3 on there.
Uh-huh.
Took those 2. I'm sitting there watching TV. I'm like, I am wide awake. I asked the lady, I'm like, hey, can I get a couple beers? Down beers. I'm like, all right, I'm even more crunk now. I feel like dancing. And then I took 2 more.
Didn't work.
I was drooling out of my mouth, but I could not fall asleep.
Well, you big boy. You big boy. It takes a lot. My buddy went to Mexico. My buddy went to Mexico. I got a couple friends who are, what's the word? They like to chase certain sensations, so they bring a lot of cash down to Mexico.
Sure.
It talks, it speaks. And, well, he's got a bunch of cash packed in his bag, and all of a sudden he's walking through, big old German Shepherd.
Fucked.
Jumped on him. He's like, what the fuck? Dog is literally trained to sniff cash. Open your bag, sir. Guy goes like this, looks at him, sees the cash, and reaches in. He just reaches in and grabs a handful, pulls out, and goes, go ahead. Just took it from him. Yeah.
This in Mexico?
Yep. Dogs trained to sniff cash. And
how about Chen? We go through Australian customs and all this shit, and New Zealand customs doesn't get stopped. Poor Chen gets stopped in LA for 2 hours.
2 hours.
Come on. Why?
I did you.
No idea.
Maybe it was that sleeping pill.
I don't know, maybe.
What do you mean, 2 hours?
2 different lines. So I had to go through, when you
like
get
an immigration thing?
line,
So it was a random fucking...
I don't know. So when you put your passport through and then you scan your face,
yeah.
For whatever reason, I'm sure they let you go through, Brendan.
Right away.
Me, they X'd my thing, so I went to another line.
Wait, they scan your face? What is this?
Yeah.
This is new.
It's great though. Yeah. You just go, they scan your face, go. You don't fill out. I
don't know if I want the government knowing what my face is.
Oh, relax, Eddie Bravo. Fuck you.
I'm not kidding. They got a
They're
database
gonna have
on my
it
face.
Anyways. Your camp, they film everything.
Facial recognition.
It's great. It makes it harder for fucking terrorists to get through now.
Yeah, they do all this math. It's
until they do face off, and then they switch their faces. That's
Jesus, really? So your face, you got terrorist face, huh?
I think I do. I have probably my mustache.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you look like a
That's what I
giant
think it is.
odd job.
That's so interesting.
It's weird, huh?
Yeah,
Isn't
man.
that strange?
Maybe some numbers came up on the spatial relationship between your nose and your mouth, all that weird shit that they do.
Maybe.
That's interesting. Did you? So Mark Hunt won the fight. Was there any? Were there any of the other fights that you? Did you watch the fights there, or what? Did you do?
No, we were flying when the fights were going on, so I would get updates and saw some of it on my phone.
Because I fought this weekend, you know that, or not this weekend, but this weekend.
I know you texted me, and I just because I know where you're going to go with this.
Yeah.
And you were texting, I ran to Luke Rockhold, and I just to put a stop to it, I just put, I don't care. And I appreciate you not texting me back after that.
Yeah, well,
That's a real friend. Because you know I hate this. But go ahead.
well, I mean, maybe the people would like to hear.
They might.
You know what I mean? I know you're over fighting, but maybe the peeps would like to hear.
Let's hear it.
No, I mean, look, I walk the earth, bro.
I know, man.
Okay, and you know I train.
I've heard this many
You know I
times.
spar, right?
Yep.
Okay. First of all, tell a story. Got to wipe the smirk off your face. I'm already annoyed.
Oh,
all right.
I heard the story.
So, hey,
Go
I'm
ahead.
about to tell our fans
Go
a very
ahead.
serious story.
Tell them, man, about
Wipe
you
the
fighting.
smirk off
Tell 'em
your
who
fucking
tell 'em
face.
Who you fought.
Shh.
Tell them the fake story you fighting.
Shh.
Well, I wish you'd leave those braces in so I could grab your teeth.
I know.
It'd be fun.
I know.
All
Fuck
right,
off.
Carry on. Let me try them on.
No, because
Let
they're
me
not
see if they
fitted to your
fit.
teeth, and there's no fucking way.
Let me try them.
Fuck that. I'd
I
never
feel
let
like you
you.
have similar teeth.
We do. Get yourself some Invisalign.
Let me
You
try
won't be
yours on
sorry.
and see if I like them.
No, because they're fitted to the teeth. They won't fit you.
Let me try
And you'll
them on.
ruin them.
Let me try them.
No, you got a big mouth, and I'm not going to let
No,
you
we
do
have
that.
similar mouth.
Also, I don't want your mouth on my mouth. I don't want
Well, how
your.
did I like them?
You got to get it fitted, bro. Can I tell my story?
Yeah, go.
You know what, man? I sparred Luke Rockhold. Now let me finish. I was hitting mitts.
Well, at least he's getting some work in.
He got in
He's
there.
not fighting.
He got in there with some mitts, and he began to move around with me.
Who was holding mitts for him? What gym is this? Why is he there?
I was at Gloveworks. The great Wayne McCullough's holding mitts for me.
Okay.
Luke obviously said to himself, "This fucking actor can move.
I need to learn something here.
Well, this kid can fucking crack." I think I
Yes.
heard him say that.
He's probably chomping at the bit to get some cage time.
He's
He saw
chomping at the
Bryan
bit.
Kid Callan.
All of a sudden, I look up. Luke is feeling all kinds of froggy. He's hopping around.
Feel
all
froggy,
6'3".
jump. Do you say I'm not Bisbing? I got both eyes. Bitch.
That's exactly what I said to him, and I go, well, if it ain't the fucking long mongoose, you got those long arms.
The old
those long-
pretty boy.
Let's see what happens,
Look at
pretty
the old
boy.
pretty boy.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Now, did you go? I got a better hook than Bisbing, and we saw how that ended for you.
You know, a lot of actors would jump out the ring. What do? I go, this is my ring, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is my ring. And a lot of guys who hide in the corner control the center of the ring. So I moved around with Luke. Now, Luke
He's
began.
big and very good.
Luke
and very
is big.
successful.
He is big, and he's also a southpaw.
He's most, you know what? He can go traditional or southpaw.
He
He has some of the
can.
best kicks, jiu-jitsu, and striking in the world.
He does. It was weird. I'll be honest with you, I didn't put a lot of leather on his body or
You
his
don't want,
face.
you don't want to hurt him for the big
Yeah, I
day.
didn't put it. He put some leather on my body, though. He was tapping me around a little bit. And at the end of it, then I started to hear, "Come on, Callan. Come on, Bryan. You got this." And I looked over at Mr. Daniel Cormier.
Fresh
also-
off the set of UFC tonight.
Yeah, also a fighter. I don't know if you know Daniel Cormier. He was filming for you, but I guess he didn't send it to you. He goes, "Come on, Shab. I got your boy. He's ready for you." As I was getting tossed around, as I was getting batted about, as you would expect, and then I ran. I finally got very tired, and I ran at DC, and I tried to hide, but he was over the ropes, and I began to, and he put his arm around me, and Luke didn't take that as, he was like, "Nah, I'm still gonna pepper
kick
your
your
body."
ass.
Yeah, and he began to beat my body up a little bit.
Did
Now-
Luke tell you anything about him fighting soon? Did he talk about any of that?
Well, I wonder if I can say he's got a big thing going on, so it's a good thing for him. So
Outside of the ring.
yes, outside the ring. So, I won't spill those beans.
Movies and modeling?
stuff like that.
entertainment.
Stuff like that.
Don't want to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that.
Yeah. So I don't know that he is.
God, he needs to get the fuck in there.
He does. Looks great. He's training. He's sparring. With DC.
He's always
and
training. He's a
staying in shape.
monster. He needs to get in there.
Bigger than.
I'm sure he'll be ready for the if anything happens to Yoel Whitaker. I'm sure he'll.
By
be
the
ready.
way, that's what he said. that's a fight he would have to take, and he's definitely
He'd be the first one.
Yes,
call,
and he's aware of that, and so if somebody
I'm
drops,
assuming they'll
he's
do
there.
Luke Musasi next.
That's what they want. They want to. But I think Musasi is
He still hasn't signed his contract,
right because Musasi wants more money.
Yeah,
And
so did Luke. It's in this weird holding pattern.
Yes. But I think the fight for Luke would obviously he could never say no to Yoel or to Whitaker if somebody falls.
Yeah,
out of
but
that
that's
fight.
a long. Like the odds of that happening aren't good.
Right.
Like he needs to get one on the books.
Yes.
'Cause people forget about you.
So if you were managing him, you'd have him fight Musasi, or would you have him wait?
Wait for what?
Can
he's not getting a title shot.
No, can he wait? He can't. Well, I guess that's true.
He got knocked out. He has to win.
Right.
They're not going to give him Weidman again.
Well,
You know what? Let's see what happens with Kelvin. It depends when Luke wants to fight because Weidman and Kelvin Gastelum are fighting. If Kelvin gets by Weidman, and that's the main event in New York. So I think it's a fight night or a Fox card. If Kelvin can get by Weidman, which a lot of people think Weidman be underdog, although it's his hometown. But if Kelvin can get past him, Kelvin versus Luke makes a lot of sense. Luke's nothing to fuck with, and I said this out in Australia. A lot of fan questions were like, "Oh, you think Whitaker should be champ?" And I do. I think he should be champ, and I think
you think he's that good.
I think Whitaker gets by Yoel.
Oof.
Yeah, I know, right? I think he gets by Yoel. And if you were to match up with Bisping, that's a very tough fight for Bisping. He matches up well with them.
Right.
Luke's a bad matchup for him. That's his toughest test. I said. I was honest with the crowd that I went Chin. I went. I like him against Yoel. I like his odds against Bisping. After that gets a little hairy. Musasi and Rockhold would be tough matchups for him.
For you're saying for Whitaker?
Yeah, for Whitaker.
Okay.
I think he will be champ.
Yeah.
Before he faces Luke or
Yeah.
Musasi.
Well, Luke is so confident too. Like he's just such a
That's a problem,
dude.
That's
You
a
think
huge
so?
problem. That's why he got knocked out.
Yeah, because he doesn't really take some
He
of those guys.
didn't take Bisping serious.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of his best assets and one of his worst.
Yeah, can be a liability.
Mm-hmm.
He's remarkably tall. He's every bit of 6'3".
Yeah, every bit.
Yeah, and
Every
athletic as fuck. Like
Super athletic.
That's the one thing
He's a freak.
I've seen him, but when I saw him kind of working out, and I looked at his, he's very physically imposing. I mean, he's a big guy.
You're talking about a fucking creme de la creme fighter of the world. Bro.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're surprised by this.
No. He just looks
the part. Like he looks exactly how you want an athlete to look.
Yes, ridiculously so.
What's weird about Luke? I know I love you, Luke. I just can't. And I was talking about this on stage. I cannot get why he's not a megastar. He has the looks. He's dated celebrities. He has the skills. There's something about him that people don't like. It might be that this is what I think. I can't say for sure. I think it's the cockiness. It's a guy who has it all, but they don't see him, being humble.
But it might be also that he doesn't really put himself out there either, right? He doesn't do a lot of press. I don't see him doing. It was so funny that you say that because he was sitting there. After we had moved around and been silly and stuff. We were kind of leaning on the ropes talking, and these girls who were taking a class at Gloveworks. They started. It was just they just started dancing.
Yeah,
they just started. They just started dancing for him, and he just started.
Yeah.
He just started going. He started chuckling because it was so obvious that there was the silverback, and they were going to try to shake their wares.
He's a great looking dude.
He's such a good looking guy.
What that has to do with him being marketable? This is my point.
But that is, and what I'm saying is that he has. With that kind of power, it feels like if he was managed the right way, or if he got out there more,
It's not. It has nothing to do with management. It's a personality issue.
Well, what I'm saying is I don't know if he does enough for people to even get to know his personality. He seems to be not very much in the limelight, right? Like he doesn't seem to do a lot. Like has he done Dancing with the Stars? Because I'd have him do that.
I wouldn't have him do that. Oh my God!
Why?
What do you hate?
Why?
Do you hate him?
Why?
Is his career over?
What do you mean? That's a huge show. He would come out as handsome.
Oh no!
He could dance.
Oh no!
Funny.
So he did $1 Million Matchmaker, and it almost ruined his career.
I don't know that show.
It went horrible for him.
Well, but Dance with the Stars is physical.
If you're in the middle of pursuing a world title fight and you're going to dedicate 3 months of your life to Dancing with the Stars,
months?
It's 3 months. You know who did that?
3
Paige
months.
Van Zandt. You know who else did that? Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture, Jerry Rice. There's one thing they all have in common besides Paige.
They're all retired.
They're all fucking old. It's basically you're going out to pasture if you do that. You're a B-list, maybe C-list celebrity.
Yeah.
That would kill his career. And also, you don't get personality on. They're fucking dancing.
Well, they have. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of it, but
If I'm
3 months, I didn't know it was that long.
If I'm his manager, he is not touching that.
So what would you have him do?
I would have him go on Rogan. I'd have him come on here. There's no bigger shows. I'd have him go on. I'd have him GQ do a piece on him because he's into style and surfing. I'd mark him a different way. I would hire a publicist for Luke.
Right.
He needs his own publicist. If anyone listening to this, if you're a big star in the UFC, you should not rely on the UFC's publicist team and marketing team to tell your story, especially a guy like Luke. He looks like a fucking superhero. He has the skills to back it up. He's a former champ.
Yep.
He has everything.
Well, he's got some big
But
things.
he's nowhere.
He's got some big things in the works.
But if the big things like movie and stuff, that's not it.
No,
man.
I think he's got.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, but I agree. But I think he's got some big things in the works that'll happen, right now. So this all might be a moot point because he might be on his way. If he's got the right representation and they have some imagination, they should know this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a tricky thing. How much time do you spend doing that? How much time do you spend fighting?
Well, here's the tricky thing too. Does he have the personality to do it? There's some guys, like, there's a reason why they're not out there. There's a reason why the UFC goes, we don't set up interviews for them because it hurts them more than it helps them. Like, people can't relate to that, or maybe he's not good on the mic, or maybe he gets nervous, or maybe he says the wrong thing, or maybe he's too cocky. Like, it's killing us. We can't put him on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't either. Yeah. But if I'm him,
but there's
maybe he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's more of.
There's some guys who don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
but then you can't complain when you don't get a title shot. The UFC goes, you do nothing to market yourself. Yeah. You can't expect us to do this, especially after you lose.
It's a sport, but it's also show business.
Oh yeah, more than ever right now.
Yeah, more than ever. Because that's what they care about.
Yeah, you think about a guy like him has everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was talking about with the crowd. I cannot figure out why he isn't crossed over that superstardom. He has everything. Mm-hmm. He lost one. Still.
He doesn't talk trash though. He doesn't do anything.
He does. He talks trash.
Yeah, but it's not like.
It's honest.
Yeah.
It's like he talks honest trash.
Yeah.
I just can't figure it out. Like Mighty Mouse, I can figure out. Tiny. There you go. Luke, I can't figure out.
How do you see that one with Gastelum?
And Luke?
I
would put my money on Luke.
I gotta see how Gastelum does against a guy like Weidman. Like, Gastelum beating Vitor does nothing for me. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not, I think Gastelum's tough, especially at, I think 70. He's a monster, and he also has weight issues there. 85. They're big guys. Like, once you get to the upper, and I was saying this to Rogan, Eddie Bravo, like, everyone wants to jump on this bandwagon. I'm never the guy that jumps on these bandwagons like this. I'm just not. I need to see how he's going to do against a bigger dude. Like, Weidman's a bigger dude and can wrestle, and can strike. So this will be, if he destroys Weidman, then we got something on our hands. If he really struggles with Weidman, even though Weidman's a top 6 guy, we'll see. But then after that, a guy like Whitaker's can give a guy like Kelvin a lot of fucking problems. Musasi's can give him a lot of problems. Rockhold, a lot of fucking problems. Bisping, a lot of problems. You're not taking Bisping down. So you look at the echelon, the top 5, I don't like his odds really there. But everyone wants to jump right in. Oh, he's the next champ. Fuck! Because he knocked out old-ass Vitor?
Yeah, well, it was the Kennedy thing that surprised everybody.
That was a big one,
yeah. Is it? You're talking about Kennedy with 1 foot in, 1 foot out, overtrained, just shooting a show for the History Channel. Even said he wasn't
doing
there.
A lot. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks so freaking
He looks
strong.
amazing. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. He looks amazing. All I'm saying is I'm not ready to crown him the next king of the middleweight division until you beat a guy like Rockhold, like Musasi, like Yoel, like Whitaker, like Bisping.
Thick field.
Top 5. Top 5 are fucking tough, man.
Yeah, that's a thick field.
That's all I'm saying. I think does he have the skills? Fuck yes. Kelvin's a monster. I love watching him fight. Fuck, man. Let him get going before we start crowning him all this shit. Mm-hmm. That Weidman fight in New York's going to be a tough one for him. Now, if he just goes out and fucking smashes him like he did Kennedy or Vitor, then all right, off to the races. Because after you beat Weidman, you're right there. You're right. I mean, what's Weidman rank? 5, 6 now?
Probably 6.
Yeah.
Weidman's got to win this. That's
Weidman's against the ropes.
Yeah.
If you lose this one, it'll probably go to 205.
That's a lot of pressure. Yeah.
A lot of pressures this weekend in Holly versus Betch Correa.
That's this weekend?
Why do you say a lot of for Holly? You mean
she's lost 3 in a row?
Yeah,
lose 4.
So Holly should win this.
Tough fight. She should though.
Yeah,
But fuck, man, you lose 4 in a row. It's kind of, if it was any other division, you getting your walking papers. With the new UFC, I don't know, but you know, kicking around in the face like she did and being the poster girl for that, and you know, her next fight should be against Cyborg at 45. The keeper, but fuck, man.
And Geranimi was sort of she got hit twice after the bell, so there was a lot of.
It doesn't matter. She lost, but the record, it does.
She
None
did
of
a
that
good
matters.
job, but
It doesn't matter. It did a good job. Does not pay the bills. You get half your pay.
Yeah.
You lose 4 in a row. Fuck, that's a tough sell, man. You're never getting that Cyborg fight. Cyborg's like, what the fuck? Crazy. What DC say? How's he doing? How's
he's
training
great.
going? Love
He's
that
great.
guy.
Yeah, he just, he's a bull. He just trains like, I mean, I was watching him work out, and it's just nonstop with that guy. He's just a complete.
You know what worries
beast.
me about DC?
What?
He's doing too much. You know, like he's out here training, and it's good.
Yep.
And he's balanced it well. You know what John's doing? He's at the comfort of his home, best training partners in the world, not doing UFC tonight, not doing this other stuff.
Yeah.
Worries me a little bit.
But DC's got that wrestler's mentality where he just grinds.
Oh, and John doesn't?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, John took him down and beat him.
Oh, no, hold on. But John has always had a reputation for not training as hard. In fact, I've talked to people in his camp who say he doesn't even wrestle. So I'm saying that DC.
That's not true. I've been in his camp.
I've just talked to people about that. What I'm saying is that John's reputation is not DC's reputation in terms of work ethic. DC is a complete, like you just said it. He might be doing you're saying he's doing too much other stuff, but his training is nonstop as well. He's a maniac.
You can say that, Ben. I know you just saw him, so it's cool to say.
No. That's not from him. That's what I've heard, from people who train with him. He trains like his ass off. John Jones has been known to be a guy, from what I've heard.
You're missing the point here. You're missing the point. So DC does train hard. Everyone trains hard. When John trains hard. Now he trains. John's been in camp this whole time.
I'm sure.
So John's training. Trust me, John's training hard. No matter what your friends tell you, John's training his ass off to win this fight. DC, I'm sure, trains his ass off. They're professionals. One of them has obligations to the UFC to do commentating and UFC tonight. Yeah. And his name's not John Jones. So I say things worry me. I thought you were saying they all train.
I thought you were saying he was training too much, like overtraining.
No. They all train. But I'm saying one of them has other obligations outside of winning a fight against John Jones. And his name's not John.
Right.
And John beat him before without training.
Yeah,
that's what worries me about DC.
Yeah. It's his.
But if anyone can pull it off, it's that guy.
He's ever lost to.
He's our Michael Strahan.
Yep, he's the only guy he's ever lost to. So I
wonder what it's such a great fight. Like, what adjustments are DC going to make? Because that fight wasn't that close if you go back and look at it.
Right. Well,
and is it going to be the same John, or is that all that ring rust going to fuck with him? And then and then there's the USADA accusations now. So
as a fan, I want DC to win, right? As a fan, I like DC and I want him to win. But there's also another side of me that says I really want to see John Jones Gustafsson fight again now. Like, I feel like once John gets that tune-up fight, that's not a tune-up fight. It's not a tune-up fight. But if John does win against DC,
you're getting Gustafsson.
That's going to be exciting.
How about John? I see. This is why I had this conversation with someone in the crowd as far as pound for pound best. You look at the guys John's beat, and then he's going to beat him a second time. How is he not the best of all time?
Well, Gustafsson called him the best of all time. I mean, when I saw John Jones grab DC around the hips and take him down, I think it was a double leg. Wasn't it a double leg, but
against
high
the
double?
Cage.
Yeah. I want to grab you by the hips, pick you up, and throw you to the ground. I was like, how are you that fucking strong? You're taking DC and putting him on his back.
Complete freak.
Yeah. So, but let's see, because Gustafsson looks as good as it gets. So
he can't even think about Gustafsson right now. He is. I mean, that DC fight's gonna be.
He's got his hands full. You always have your hands full with DC. I could just never get over. I think DC, to me, is the most impressive fighter in many ways because of his stature. He's not, if you see him, like you see Luke, you go, looks like a super athlete. You see John Jones, you see Gustafsson. I've seen these guys in person. They're giants. You see DC, and he's working out in a t-shirt I'm sorry, physically, he's not. He's 5'9", you know, undefeated as a heavyweight, almost undefeated as a 205er.
Freak.
I mean, he's just unbelievable. And you've trained with him.
You ever seen Fedor in person though?
No.
You'd be seeing it different too.
Yeah, same
Well,
thing.
they call DC the Black Fedor. You know that?
No.
A lot of people do. Yeah.
Makes sense. So similar bodies, similar
But not opposing, like
No.
nothing. Like you wouldn't look at him like, oh my god, look at this freak. You know?
Right. No definition.
No,
Not,
they,
you know.
dude,
Not even that.
they call DC the Black Fedor.
Wasn't there like another nickname, but that sounded really racist, but it was a fun play on that
Ninja
name?
Fedor or something?
Something
I don't know.
like
I've never
that.
heard of it. A lot
Yeah, I
on
did
the
hear Black
forums to
Fedor.
call him the Black Fedor
Yeah.
because he has that dad bod, but he's just this monster.
Yeah, looks like a stocky guy. It's like, yeah, I do some working out
Fedor's fighting next week, man. Did this whole camp in Amsterdam.
with our boy Mitrione.
He's fighting Mitrione.
Yeah. Good old Matt.
Be interesting fight.
Have you talked to Matt Mitrione at all?
We text. Or no, he texted me when the Spike News got announced that I was joining them for that Madison Square Garden card.
Yes.
Just text me.
Huh.
I like to ask him too many questions, but I'm sure I have to do the fighter interviews out there, so I'll find out then.
Let's do some current events.
Let's do it.
They keep it toasty in here.
It's a little toasty.
Super toasty. I think I know the name now too, but I don't want to sound racist at all. It's like Fedor Emelian.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ninja.
Oh.
That's what they call DC.
I think I heard that. Yeah,
You mean they're using the N word?
not the bad one.
Negro?
Yeah, Emelian Negro or something like that.
Emilian.
Anyways, I could
Oh, I
completely.
Negro.
Fedor Emilian Negro. Okay.
That's kind of hilarious.
All right.
Yeah, it is.
So the first one is Dana White booking Kendrick Lamar for his son's 16th birthday.
That's money.
That's super money.
Jesus Christ.
Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar.
Jesus. Hopefully MTV does
That's what everyone's
fucking
saying.
My Sweet 16. We just
Yeah.
see what an asshole the 16-year-old is. Have you ever seen the 16-year-old? I'm not saying son's asshole. Have you ever seen the 16-year-olds on 16? My Sweet 16?
No.
Make you throw up.
Just entitled. Oh, yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him because they.
Daddy, I need an alligator. I need a suit all gold. If I don't have it, I'm a freak.
Yeah. I wonder if they're
And
doing
they're
that
friends?
for the camera, but yeah.
No, I bet they're assholes.
Yeah. Wow. Kendrick Lamar. Dana's got some cash.
400 mil.
Wow. What did that cost him, you think? 500?
That's a very good
I'd
question.
say 400, 500 grand.
On our podcast, he told us that he dropped $1.2 million for a photograph in his office. I looked at the photograph. That's an amazing photograph.
Really?
And he said, yeah, I said it too. And I wrote a $1.2 million. I hope that was on our podcast. But he'll drop some money.
I remember some artists, I forgot which one, but the really high status artists would charge like $1 million or $2 million to do private events.
Probably. Because
Right.
I remember, I know what David Blaine was charging back in the day for just to go on somebody's yacht and do magic. Like the Gaddafi's son. Gaddafi's son was like, bro,
Well,
come
that's
on my
different.
yacht.
Gaddafi's son's going to pay whatever. But like regular people, I heard Rihanna did one thing and it was like it was $1 million, I think.
That's
believe-
probably what I heard too.
Yeah, if you want to come to
Or like it's 500 grand.
Yeah, you
something
wanted to come to your house. I remember like Fiona Apple back in the day, she had to go sing 5 songs at somebody's house in Beverly Hills. I think she made like $250 or something. crazy.
Fiona Apple. Why don't I know her?
Fiona Apple in
I'd
the
pay her
90s was,
$5 grand.
and,
for my
and
birthday.
she's such an amazing talent. But in the
I'd give her
90s, she was
$5 grand.
Artist of the Year. She was on the cover of
Really?
Rolling Stone
Will you bring
magazine
her
at
up?
19
So
years
just
old.
huge.
I can't
She
put
was
a
very
name
huge.
to it.
She is a genius. Like
Really?
her,
What song does she sing?
Her music, her first 2 albums are
Oh, damn, she's
are
still touring.
Genius.
Her, you know
Are
her, right?
genius.
I don't know her.
Are you serious?
No.
Yeah.
Give me a song.
She
I don't know her, but she's
dude,
gorgeous.
You would love her. You would love
Set
her.
of lips on her.
Oh yeah, Fiona.
What
is
song does she have,
is an
Jim? Give me a
incredible
song
talent.
there. Go YouTube it, son.
She's an incredible talent. Put on "Sleep to Dream" when she was 17.
There you go,
She wrote
Sleep
this
to
song.
Dream.
No, just give me the most famous song. Don't give me the one Callan jacks off to.
No,
at
this is
night.
a good song.
20 mil. How about
There
this
we
one?
go. Play
No,
that
put
for
on-
me.
That's criminal.
I just want the most famous one. I don't give a fuck.
She was 19 singing this, writing this. Shadowbox was great too.
I've been a bad, bad girl.
Oh yeah, I know this.
Right.
This is the one song I know. Yeah,
I've been kept
she's cool, man. I don't know if I want this playing at my party, but she's cool.
She was amazing.
She's still touring,
Yeah.
dude. You know
she's a killer.
Coolio and
Oh,
Vanilla
yeah.
Ice are still touring.
That's how they make a lot of their money together.
Together.
They're making money in
New
Japan.
Vanilla Ice, New Kids on the Block.
Yep.
Boys to
Hanson.
Men.
Remember Hanson?
The promoter.
Hanson
Remember
too?
Hanson? The
my God.
Mbop.
Sure do.
Hear
These
this.
little fucks. Their parents are geniuses. They're managers and whatever.
They got to be 40.
Their agent. Oh, they're 40. Check it out. They're 40.
Bring them up,
Like
please.
6 kids each. They sell so many tickets
on. For
because
real?
they have their own fan base. They've built out their own fan base.
Yeah.
They have retreats on islands where people pay to hang out with them.
Look at them. There they are, the cuties. And they're probably so good because they've been doing nothing but playing music for so long.
The same songs, but yeah, I hear you.
Same songs is the problem.
Hey, they're he was telling me their numbers, smashing it.
making crazy
'Cause
money.
I was making fun of him. The guy turns around, he's all, you know what they do? I'm like, no. I was like, they're not dead. They didn't die. He goes, no. He goes, they have their own thing, but they don't. Because they have their own thing. They're not doing it. They do no press.
20 years ago.
They don't go on America, Got Down. They don't go on the Today Show. They refuse to do all that because they already have these. They sell
wow.
everything
It's
out.
what you were talking about. They have their own audience. Aren't they super religious too?
No, they're not. He said that.
Huh.
That's what I thought.
It's all still writing, singing, and playing together at 36, 34, and 31. Good on them. They're probably having a blast.
And they're
training. They've been doing it
parlaying.
for 25 years. That's impressive.
They parlayed that song. Remember he was saying
Mbop.
that? Mbop.
Put on one of their songs right now. I want to see if they're good. Let's just hear one of them. Hanson.
One of their new ones.
Yeah.
I don't think they sell music.
Oh no.
They just kill it.
Hey,
2
do you
weeks
believe
ago.
in love?
Oh, 2 weeks ago. Okay, I'm not mad at this.
Get it. Jog to this, Brennan.
Oh, wow. All right, you ready for my offer for my birthday party?
Okay, there it is.
You ready?
What's it gonna cost, Brennan? Hurry up. Don't
For all 3 of them?
undercut me. Yeah.
$3,000.
Please, I need to see more money
Then you can't play at my party.
that.
My friends would bully
What
me
if I
brought
put
them
on
my
a
party.
wig and I sing covers
That was bad.
just like this?
But again, they're killing it, man. You have no idea, but they're fucking smashing
Yeah, I
it.
believe it.
Making millions a year.
He said they made a beer.
They have their own beer.
Hops.
Hop. On the song Mbop, they have Hop.
hops.
They're
I've never
parlaying that
had
song
one.
Mm.
Big time.
Merch, everything. They're killing it. They in Australia, the beers are everywhere.
Yep. There you
How
go.
crazy is that?
Australia is an untapped resource.
Oh no, they're killing it here.
Really?
Oh my god, no, they literally sell out everywhere, man. Yeah. No, I'm just saying in Australia, there's beer. They have their beer there and here.
Man.
No, I thought they died.
Dedicated fan base.
Should we start fucking taking music lessons, dude?
No, I know you.
ran the kid.
I know you think
He
your dream was to be a
fighter,
musician.
and I am the kid.
How crazy is that, though? Who
Well,
would have thought?
not me. Not me.
Me neither. What else you got, Jen?
All right.
Oh, this
So
is crazy.
Glory had a kickboxing match, and this guy over here, Myrtle Groenhart, he KO'd another guy, but he KO'd him in a way that the guy just turned around for no reason.
Yeah, it's so weird. Did
So
he
I'll
hear
just
a
play
bell?
this
Did
for
he
you
thought
real
he hear a
quick.
bell? It looked like he thought he hit her, but what?
So here, he turns around. So he KOs him right there.
Why would he turn around?
I don't
like
know.
That? There
He
was
might-
no bell or anything.
maybe he
No,
thought he
but
heard
he
the
got
ring.
hit, so who knows what's going
Was
on
he a
in his
little
head.
out of it?
I'm guessing he has to be.
'Cause you can't confuse that for a bell.
So he gets knocked out, and then two fans come in.
I
and
thought
then
it was
this
his
is Groenhart.
corner. It wasn't his corner?
They're fans.
Oh, that's so weird.
So check out what the fans do.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
wow.
So the fans
guys
actually
who had
come in
money
and
on
jump him. And he clocks him super hard. And then he said that he probably thinks his jaw's broken now.
From the fans?
From the fan punching
Jesus
him.
Christ.
Well,
That's Todd Grisham reporting on it.
Man, I wonder what happened to the fan. The thing is, what people don't realize, that's Big Mike in his corner. Mike from Amsterdam, who...
Oh, yeah.
If you've
He
seen
trained
Melvin Manoff,
Overeem.
he trained straight killers. He's a big, scary dude. And that's his fighter that you hit. You see him jump in there. That's not a guy you want on your bad list. That's a scary dude.
no. Although those guys look like fighters themselves, or they
They
look tough.
definitely don't. That Big Mike... You need to know Big Mike... Big Mike ain't. They're not hearing a peep.
I'm sure, but those two guys look like thugs. If you're going to jump in the ring and attack a guy like that and start swinging like that,
He did a flying
Big Mike,
sounds like you've been
Big
in a ring
Mike
before.
deals with the toughest guys on the planet.
Well, I don't know who those guys are, but think about two guys who are going to jump in and attack a guy.
It might have been
Head
friends
on.
too. Might have been friends, training
Yeah,
partners.
I thought it
Something.
was his corner.
Probably friends. Oh, you know what? I watched that Isra. What's his name?
Idris Elba.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I
Isra. What's his
Oh,
name?
he fought, right?
Idris Elba.
Elba.
How'd he look?
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my God. He. I forget what it's called, but Elba. He takes. So he basically gets ready to take a professional Muay Thai fight.
Yeah.
And his best friend is this big time Muay Thai boxers. What's it called?
I think it's Fighter.
I think it's called Fighter.
So he looks like a big athletic guy, man.
Yeah, it's called
6'4".
Fighter. Right here.
It's called Fighter. He's 44 years old, and he gets ready to take the fight. And when he's first starting, I'm like, God, dog, he's stiff as fuck. And then he's on set too, shooting movies and training, and this motherfucker really committed to it. I mean, he was dead serious. He had surgery on his back to get ready
how'd he
for it.
look?
Fucking, he won. He knocked the dude out with a body shot.
Damn.
Oh shit!
You haven't seen the ending?
I didn't finish it.
So he takes an amateur fight, but he's literally, he goes to Cuba to work with the national boxing coach. He does all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then he goes and takes an amateur Muay Thai fight, and it's a draw. And I'm like, oh, he kind of look like shit. And he's so embarrassed it was a draw. He's like, what the fuck am I doing? Because he's working his ass off. And he has this coach, and then they from Big Mike's gym, they pick out this guy he's 10-0 as an amateur, 1-0 as a pro. And he's 27 or 32, I forget what he is. And that was Elba's first fight.
Wow.
in
Built
England.
like a brick shit
And he knocks the dude out with a body shot. It's very impressive.
Look at this.
He gets rocked. Oh, in his amateur fight, the dude hits him with an uppercut, boom, and walks off like Mark Hunt style. He goes down to the ground. He's getting fucked up too. It was really impressive. To be honest, I turned it on the plane to almost to hate on him. I was like, I'm gonna watch this. It's gonna be fucking terrible. Actors trying to fight. Watch it. I was like, at first I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah.
He got really good.
He looks like an athletic motherfucker.
He was built. He's like naturally.
Is he
like good
Nigerian?
genetics.
He's lean for
I don't
sure.
know.
He's lean.
Did you see the part where they were doing he went to Japan and they're doing pain stuff on him? Have you ever heard of that?
Looked miserable.
But do you believe that stuff?
That's old martial
They would
arts
just
shit.
hit him so he would get
That's
used
all-
to pain.
Yeah, you know what?
might have been doing that for the
was
show.
for TV for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
That's not real.
Yeah.
It's real, but no real fighters
Would
doing
do that,
No,
yeah.
that was just for the show.
That's what they
It looked like it
That's
hurt.
a producer saying, "Hey, why don't we do this? We have this idea." All
But
right.
there's time he's going through camp and they're putting it on him, and his coach is a legit ass coach, owns a gym in England, and they're putting it on him. And there's one point where he's like, "I need a fucking break," and he walks off, and he's like mic'd up, throws the mic off, and the coach is literally like, "Dude, you can't do this. This ain't the movies. You can't walk off. You can do what the fuck." He tears him. He's like, "You can do exactly what the fuck I tell you to do, or I'm not going to do this."
Wow.
It was interesting, man. But yeah, I was really impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like,
He said he's wanted to do it forever. Like it's been a dream. of his
44
forever.
knocks this dude out with at first he was a little hesitant. He's getting beat up. I'm like, oh, he's gonna get stopped. He's gonna get knocked out because the guy, he fought like the guy's not gonna win any awards. So he fought, but still 10-0 as an amateur,
That's real.
1-0 as a pro. Mm-hmm. And then
Idris Elba.
It was fun to watch. Only 3-part series. That was all I needed too. I was like, God, if this is a 10-part series and it's just him training, I'm gonna freak the fuck
Yeah,
out.
that's too much.
It was
That's
legit,
a long
man.
one.
It was
I bet.
legit.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
it was really cool.
He's an intense guy, and I think he has been training his whole life in one way or another.
No, he talks about. He said he was doing kickboxing till he was 19.
Right.
Like he did it for 3 years, and then got serious about acting. Moved to New York, and just hasn't done it since.
Wow.
He's 44.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So it was always nagging on him.
His best friend's the world champion,
Oh.
kickboxer.
Okay.
And so he would like mess around with his friends stuff all the time. And he's always wanted to do it.
But his best friend didn't coach him.
No, that's his coach there. His best friend didn't coach him. His best friend picked out his opponent from Big Mike's gym.
So cool.
It was cool, man.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking impressive.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big milestone. Awesome.
What else you got, Jen?
Oh, this is not related, but did you watch? You know how we had a bunch of shows to watch for that long flight?
Yeah.
Have you seen Atlanta?
Yes, I watch Atlanta
never
on
have.
FX. It's brilliant.
Pretty good. I had no idea.
Brilliant.
It's really
Oh,
good.
with Childish Gambino, his real name's Glover.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. You know he's getting rid of this next album's his last Childish Gambino because then he's just gonna go by Donald Glover, which makes so much more sense. Like you know how guys have a rap name. You're Donald Glover, man. You're Donald Glover, the actor, writer, fucking rapper.
And
Don't
a
go
good
by
singer.
Charles Ham. Oh,
Like a
he's
really
he's
good singer.
He's so fucking talented.
Talented.
Top 5 musician right now. He's such a monster right now.
God, and he's got his own show.
Yeah, he does everything.
Writer, producer.
Directs an accident, right? Or-
He's the lead.
That's so difficult.
And you know how he started rapping? Tina Fey. He'd rap on set in between takes. Tina Fey's like, you have to do something with music. You have got to do something with this.
Nice.
What show was he on with her? Or was it a movie?
No, he's on a show. He's on 30 Rock.
He was on 30 Rock?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember him on 30 Rock.
He's on 30 Rock, or yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on
I didn't
30
watch
Rock.
the show, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Small role.
Wow.
Kid's a monster.
Amazing.
What else
All
you
right,
got, you?
next one is this shark showed up in 3 feet of water off of the Baja California, Mexico coast.
What
So
the
I'll show you a
fuck?
little bit of it.
Yeah, I'd
from
like
here.
to see that.
It looks
stuck.
ridiculous, like a 15-foot shark. Great white.
This motherfucker thought it was a whale. Even if it's a whale, I'm not getting that close.
Yeah.
I'm not either, dude.
So it's this enormous shark. The video is really long, but I'll show you with this GIF right here. So you see his head pop up soon.
Oh my god.
And what
It's
happened was
stuck?
it was hit by a boat propeller
Aw.
in the back.
So it broke his
So-
back?
It was just right where that fin is right here, the dorsal fin.
Yeah.
It was just like cut through in the back right there.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Someone go put him out of misery and eat sushi that night?
I don't
or
know what they did.
Wow. Look at
Ah,
that.
you can't just leave the poor thing
Look
with
at
a
the
broken
size of that
fucking
fucker.
It's
back.
enormous.
Hey, but also don't get hit by the boat.
Man, look at that.
Hey, if you're a giant fish and you're in the goddamn ocean, don't get struck by
Yeah.
the boat.
Yeah.
God, that sucks though, man.
Damn, that's
Poor
amazing,
thing.
though.
It's more sad to me than anything.
Yeah.
Look at that poor thing, man. He can't fucking move.
What a giant.
You can see that cut right there?
Yes.
Oh, man. That's a bummer.
That's fucked up.
His friends are going to eat him fucking alive.
So the thing's
if,
kind
if
of,
he
is
gets
the
into
thing beached right now? Is it on the sand there? Yeah, I guess it is.
Well, he
It's in
can't
3
really,
feet. It will go from 3 feet to 6 feet and back to 3 feet.
he can't really move.
Yeah.
They
So
said
it's
that
just
they
dying.
think he's going to this shallow area to eat stingrays because he doesn't have the energy
Ah,
to
fuck,
catch
he can't
sea
move.
lions, yeah, and everything
God,
else
poor
anymore.
guy. And then he was hoping this dumbass cameraman would be dumb enough to get closer, could eat him.
Honk, honk, honk.
Dude, check it down. Shark's like, yes.
Look at that thing.
Stupid humans. You know who came to my show in Sydney? A guy named Adam Greentree. Have you heard of him? He's one of the best hunters in the world.
I saw the picture you
He's
posted.
our boys, Cam Haynes. They go
Right.
hunting all the time, like shoot things in the face. with
Yeah.
bow and
Rogan
arrows.
right now is in Hawaii with a bunch of bow hunters. They're like a group of them.
Well, that guy put me and Rogan on a group message. It was like, hey, check out. I'm doing that bow thing.
Right.
And they're like, dude, the 3 of us hunting. Like, yeah, no doubt. Let's, you guys just tell me when. And now, is there
Tell
4
me when.
seasons in the area? Or how's that?
to
Because
get
is there any way I can just like hang out with you guys during the day and then I'll go back to 4 seasons while you guys sleep on the rocks? Or how's that work? And then you guys shoot the bear in the face and I'll just not do that.
I'll be in the tree waiting
with my eyes shut because I don't like seeing bears die. Is there any way we can do that?
with my eyes shut. Yeah, I don't want to kill a bear. No interest.
He's a
Zero
badass
interest.
man. His wife was a smoke show. Sorry, Adam, but you know that.
I think I saw him.
Congratulations, Adam.
Is there anything dangerous there? I was asking him. He was like, "Yeah, dude, we'll go shoot deer." I went, "Not doing that." He's like, "Why?" I'm like, "They can't kill me, so I have no interest in doing that. I want something that's actually going to shoot to
Yeah.
kill me."
Some of
And
those
he goes,
things.
"Buffalo,
Look at those. That's a lot of fucking wild boar.
wild boar. I'd be down to
Just
kill.
leaning against him like they're his wild boar couch. Look at that. All relaxed and whatnot.
Wild boar, I'd be down." That thing's pretty scary.
That's a
Stag.
big stag.
He was again. He said the same thing Cam Haynes said. He said, "Fucking buffalo,
Well, there it is.
water buffalo."
Look at that right there.
Yeah, he said by far the most dangerous
Oh
thing.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at the size of that
Yeah,
fucking
that thing
thing.
is that thing ain't hearing a fucking peep.
Out of anybody.
The length of its horns are as long as he is, man.
No, he was saying the hide is like fucking
Crazy
so
thick.
Like you better be on. I was like, I'll be on.
Oh
And
yeah.
when I mean on, I mean
Yeah.
I'll be on your back
Right.
watching.
I'll be
while you shoot
watching
that
it on
thing.
YouTube. Is what I mean by on.
I'm down to.
Pull up
I'm
that
down
Hogzilla.
to, I'm down to go with him.
Pull up Hogzilla right up there. There you go. That's Hogzilla right there, bro.
Why is he with a 12?
That's a long
That's
snoot.
his son, isn't it?
Thing got a long snoot, man. That's why they use hogs, pigs to find truffles because they're on 6 feet under the ground.
I like their noses.
German
too.
short hairs and pigs. Pigs can
You ever
smell
felt
shit.
one of the pig nose?
Sure haven't.
Ooh, it's nice.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's a hard animal.
You know what? The nose isn't though. The fur is. The nose is actually
Really?
refreshing. You know, it feels almost like. Think of it as an old dried out peach in the sun.
Sure, Kent.
Warm, little wet.
They
Probably
would use
sand on it.
They would use Kent, which was a company, would make brushes and toothbrushes out of boar bristle. So they used to use boar bristle, ladies and gentlemen.
I like a boar snout, and I have a hard time shooting that thing in the face.
Yeah.
Unless my life is in danger and it's coming for me.
Well, you got to cull the old wild boars, apparently, because they breed like motherfuckers.
Hey, bro. You know I've been boar hunting, yeah?
What?
I went boar hunting.
When?
In Hawaii.
Really?
With Leister and Klopp.
I didn't know that.
I didn't tell you the story?
No. What'd you use? Spears?
No, they gave me a gun. And
Did you shoot?
I shot, but
Missed.
well, no, I didn't miss. Before we were leaving, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a baby boar, and it was the cutest thing I've ever seen. And I went, I'm not killing that thing or its mother. So what I decided to do is leave the light on the, you know how everyone was in front?
Yep.
I put it to the side so they would warn them, and I talk, hey, is it up here? They turn, shh.
Good job.
Guess how many we caught?
No.
0. And the guy goes,
And you were all hee.
and the leader taking us, the tour guide, he's all, dude, I apologize, man, but you guys are the first ones that's never killed any boar. I just got to apologize.
Here we come. Here we come. You better not be over there.
That's exactly what I did. Hey, and then when we got in the car, Lisa was like, fuck, man, what a waste of fucking time. I didn't see anything. And I'm going, and Clive goes, what? And I went, I saw a bunch.
I was spooking him.
Oh, I saw a bunch. I turned my light on and I was extra loud. And Clive goes, that's why you're so fucking loud. I went, yeah, we didn't catch shit. I thought it was fun, man.
I smell bacon. You guys better not be up there.
I feel like Adam and
Here I come thrashing around.
I feel like Adam and Rogan would tie me up and feed me to the fucking wolves if I
man.
did that.
Oh,
So
fuck.
I'll just be quiet.
You're not allowed
with
to
my
talk.
old peepers out.
Now, you keep your voice down. Oh, and by the way, don't be moving too much either, because I was fidgety. I'm a fidgeter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all that nylon, I was making noise with the nylon. You got to stay still. I'm a
They
fidgeter.
can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like me and you aren't made for that.
Nah,
life.
man. Fidgeter, chatty.
Everyone,
chatty
I like
Cathy.
to chat myself.
We like to chat. I fidget
I like
and
to
I
eat
get cold.
good too.
Yep.
And I like to sleep on nice warm beds in the Four Seasons. So if that's hunting, let me know.
Yeah.
You know, if Four Seasons has like a horrible warthog problem, I'll go down there and shoot some pigs.
Sure.
But until then,
From my tower.
yeah, and from my penthouse. Until then, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
What else you got, Chin?
Got you.
Shout out to Adam Greentree.
Adam Greentree. Here's a cute little dog. So this police dog got fired because it was too friendly.
Makes sense.
That's a Malinois.
That's
And that's a very small puppy.
Looks like a
when it
shepherd.
was started training.
That's a shepherd.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a Malinois.
Oh, it's a shepherd.
That's a shepherd for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm a shepherd.
That's when it was a baby, but now it's has a new
yeah.
job, and it's a greeter for the governor of Queensland.
Who's just too damn friendly.
Too friendly.
All right. Well, looks tough.
What can you do?
It's kind of what
though?
you want. You want a tough looking dog, but that's friendly.
He must have been so goddamn friendly where they're like, we can't work with this thing.
Yeah.
Might be gay. Anyone ever think of that?
I
He's
am
just
not
gay
going
as
to.
fuck.
Why are you saying that gay dogs are friendly?
Because like with the other
But I mean,
men, he's all
no.
like, what?
No.
And then he's mean to the women.
No.
Like, why the fuck is
No.
fucking Baxter barking all the women?
No, I don't know.
You don't.
No, I don't.
You ever thought the German Shepherd was just gay
No,
as shit?
sir. No. Although my friend has a son who, when he was 5 and 6, was very much that way. Real friendly with guys and didn't.
Oh, he's
much-
gay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a phase, Brian.
No, I was. It was very apparent that he was very sort of taken with the male figures in the room, and the female he didn't notice at all.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Get out of here, bitch.
yeah. And I was like, and secretly, that thought bubble over your head. You're like, well, your son is clearly.
Not there's a problem with
Yeah,
it,
no,
but-
it's all good. But I'm just saying, it's interesting how you can see these things very early on
Yeah.
in life.
That is strange because they're born like that.
Yeah.
Some are born, and some it's like bad circumstances lead to it.
Well,
like molestation or something like
yeah.
that might bring it out.
My buddy who we were talking about Wonder Woman being this phenomenon, second week in a row. Patty's a friend of ours, and she's I think she's
Most successful female
most
director.
successful female director as far as like the biggest opening and holding at. They've already made $250 million.
Killing it.
Yeah, and what the fuck was I going to say? What was I talking about?
I don't know. You give her a shout out every podcast, so I'm
what
glad
was
you
it?
did
No,
it
what
this
was it
one
about?
too.
Hold on.
Being
my
gay.
buddy goes, can you believe this Wonder Woman? I can't believe it. I go, yeah, man, it's amazing. And I go, did you ever watch it as a kid? He goes, I'm gay. I don't know anything about her invisible rope. I don't know anything about her bracelets either. I was never looking at that stuff. And I did not care that they blocked bullets. I just loved the way she looked.
That's
It was
hilarious.
so funny. He knew everything about her. I was like, all
I
right.
heard it's really, really good. Really good.
Yeah, it's great.
What else you got, Jen?
Oh, how about this one? This 17-year-old teenager was stealing a bike. The dude caught him, and that dude was a tattoo artist. So he tattooed on his forehead like I'm a thief or something.
Oh my God, that's so intense.
Yeah, and it's legit.
Did they hold him down and make him do that?
Yes, 2 guys.
Damn.
So the guy that did it obviously is going to jail now.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's also 17.
17, I know. It's so
They look like
so
they whooped
jacked
his
up.
ass before.
Also, that's mean as fuck.
It's
Yeah.
so mean. Like that's bullying to the fucking
Yeah.
10th
He tattooed
degree.
his fucking
He's also
forehead.
17. Now the kid's fucked, man.
Yeah, he's got to get laser and get that
Oh,
shit
good
off
luck
right away.
getting laser that off.
That doesn't come off, right?
It's gonna be
Laser.
tough. Well, it's still get
Where is
people
that?
Get
Is
it.
that in Brazil or what is
Brazil,
it?
yeah.
Fuck, man. They must have threatened him with his life or something for him to stand there and
course.
take that.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah. That's also a little overkill. Don't be a dick. It's just your fucking bike.
It's just a bike. He's also 17. If he was 40 and like stealing your girl's wedding ring or something like that, I get it. But this,
It's a kid.
God, dog. Now he's fucked, man. You're super fucked.
Yes.
I'm trying to think what we could do. I guess you could wear hats.
No. They can get it off.
Can they make it come off
Yes.
entirely, though?
No,
Yeah.
no, they can't.
I don't know.
Laser?
No, they don't.
I don't know. That's what
they
I'm wondering.
don't. It still shows up as white. So on his forehead, it's still going to look pretty. It'll look better. They can
Yeah.
fade it, but to completely get rid of it, it's still not down to
Really?
science. What most people do is they get the laser and it just looks like it's burnt into your skin now, like white,
Right.
and then they cover it with another tattoo. But
Yeah.
so it's going to look. You're going to see trace of it, but for sure you're right, B. They can make it look better for
Yeah.
sure with laser.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe it's just you're still gonna like when he gets flushed, you're gonna see an outline that says "I'm a thief."
God, that's terrible. He's 17.
Yeah.
Sure, you
Don't
just made a
lose your hair.
mistake.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
That's fucked up. What else you got, Jen?
How about this? Teacher. So this teacher had sex with
She's
2 of her
so
students.
hot.
She's 25 years old.
Where the
She's
fuck
so
were my
hot.
teachers?
Why? Yeah, and
My
by the
teachers
way,
look like SpongeBob.
she's so hot, and also don't arrest her.
So 2 of them were 17, 1 was 16. But check her out here.
She's
That's
I'm
the
surprised.
teacher?
That's her.
she's so hot. Why
Yeah.
would you arrest her? For real?
What's,
I'm not
what,
kidding.
Wait, what city is this?
North Carolina. I don't know what city in.
Well, I want to find out where she is in jail.
Me too. I want to slide in them DMs.
Yeah, don't be a dick. She's 17. Those kids are psyched.
She's
I don't-
25.
Yeah, great. The boys are not traumatized. They are loving it.
Hey, one student.
Tell me that wouldn't be the biggest
One student
fantasy
goes,
of your
it's
life."
very shocking and appalling that a person would do that to a student, says the raging nerd. Says the nerd that got no attention.
You didn't get tail. Don't be jealous,
Yeah,
bro.
she would give Mike, who's the captain of the football team, an A and then suck his dick after class. I'm appalled.
God, she's hot.
God, dog.
Look at her.
Set of tits.
Yes.
Good for
I'm a
you,
huge
Aaron
fan.
McAuliffe.
McAuliffe. I'm a huge fan of Aaron McAuliffe. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
teacher.
she's really.
She's
God,
gorgeous.
dog. Hey, Maxim. Let's
That's
go ahead and
crazy.
sign a deal with this chick.
How long is she? How long are they going to keep her in jail?
Life.
I don't know.
No. Come on, man. I'm going to hire her as my nanny immediately. Not, that's the wrong thing to say because my kids are very young. But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
and I'm going to have a talk with her.
That was awkward.
I'll have to have a talk
I
with
hear
her.
you though,
I'm gonna dress up like a 17-year-old. I'm gonna start wearing Vans.
dude. What kind of teacher? But
Carrying a
hey, what
skateboard.
kind of weird teacher fucks their students? Let's be honest. Let's get real for a second.
I don't know.
16.
It's some kind of a
Have you ever
fetish or
seen
a
a
fantasy.
16-year-old and be like, God damn, I'd love me a piece of that.
Some of the boys are, probably athletic and strong and tall and 17.
Oh, you're not gay in the least bit, bro.
No, but a 17.
Hey, you
A
don't have
17-year-old
any
athlete,
homoerotic thoughts.
A 17-year-old athlete. That's a good looking
Athlete.
kid.
Oh, sure, bro.
For a woman.
Yeah, you're a homoerotic
might-
at all.
No, if I'm saying for her.
No, like a big 6-year-old who's really athletic and like really good at sports.
Yeah, she might be attracted to young, energetic, smooth, muscular,
You're not homoerotic at all.
supple, full mouth boys. What the
Nah,
fuck
you
is
don't
the
wish that
problem?
was you at all.
No, I'm not
And by I
saying
mean
that's
you, I
me.
mean fucking those boys.
I'm not saying it's me. I'm just saying that young men, as it's well known, can keep their dick rock hard for a good 4 hours. Maybe that's what she's into, a young, supple man
Yeah, maybe, man.
with no hair who just got his pubes
What else you got?
at
Tim?
17. Listen, man,
real
there are
shit,
some
too.
good-looking fucking young 17-year-old high school students. I mean, there are probably some great-looking 185-pound linebackers, wrestlers,
Wrestlers.
wrestlers.
How big can you be at 16, 17?
You can be big.
Can you be that big? I
Oh,
forgot how
There's
big.
some big
Oh,
boys.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. So the next one is Tom Hardy's in the talks for a live action Disney movie. And the person directing it is Guy Ritchie. And he's going to be Jafar. Tom Hardy's going to play Jafar.
Will Smith is the genie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Do you know that? Obviously, it's completely different, but you know, Will Smith is the genie in Aladdin.
The one that they're going to do.
They're redoing.
Okay.
And that is this the same movie? So Tom
it's a
Hardy's gonna
live
be
action.
Jafar?
So are they doing another animation or are they doing a live action with Will Smith?
Yeah, I think they're doing a new one.
Okay. So this
So
is
this
for
is
a
live
live
action?
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is Jafar.
And Guy Ritchie's directing it.
I love Guy Ritchie.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone else in it?
Can
Can we not get Bryan to play the parrot in this?
But this is
Right.
Jafar.
Come on, man.
Do you remember Jafar?
Yeah.
Jafar.
Aladdin's one of my favorite fucking movies. I'm surprised they put Will Smith as the genie when I heard that.
Yeah.
And the new one? Because you got to replace Robin Williams.
Yeah.
It's a tough gig.
Not easy.
So they went complete opposite. Genie Black now. Genie Black.
Genie Black. Genies were traditionally black, actually, in certain old
That's
films.
Because this one's blue, okay? So
No, what I mean by that is that black people are magic. That's all I'm trying to say. What?
No, I'm saying that all black people know magic.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Black magic.
Black magic, man.
It's not the good magic. It's not white magic.
Oh. I don't see
Too old for zippers in your jeans.
I don't see Tom Hardy as Jafar.
I don't see Will Smith as the genie either. So I guess they're
Hey,
doing
did you say
something
I'm too old for zippers in my jeans? No, you lose all privileges. You have braces at 50. And you have herpes
I have
on the side of your
I have
You
Invisalign.
have braces at 50 and have a herpes on the side
I
of
don't
your
have
lip.
herpes on the side of my lip.
You have zero room to talk.
It's not, first of all,
You want to come at me right now?
call them Invisalign.
Hey.
Tom Cruise wore them.
You got braces.
They're Invisalign, and Tom
You're not
Cruise.
Tom Cruise. You're far cry from Tom Cruise. And you have herpes on the
I
side
don't
of your
have
mouth.
herpes.
What is that? It's a cold sore on the side of your
what
mouth.
it is, it's an irritation because the plastic cut my lip there.
So put in the plastic
Yes,
there?
yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you.
It
And
looks
I had to file
agitated.
it down. It hurts like a motherfucker.
You need to put those in right now.
I'm not doing it
Why?
because I can't. Because I
embarrassed
end up
about it?
talking like this, and it really bothers me.
But did they say how many hours you have to wear them a day?
I'm supposed to wear them 22 hours a day,
Well, all right, here's your 2 hours. You got to wear them the rest of the day.
and I got
Hope it's worth it.
I got to get them checked out.
And can you eat with them?
No, you can't. You got to take them out when you eat. Then you
Well.
got to brush your teeth, put them back in.
Were they expensive?
Sleep with them too.
Were they expensive?
$5,000.
Jeez.
God, what a terrible deal. Why don't you just get the metal ones like Frank Shamrock?
Because,
I'm dead serious.
because I'm
It's
not
a good
wearing
deal.
fucking metal braces, bro.
God, it'd be so much cooler if you did. Do they still do metal?
Yes, sometimes, but you have to do
I see
Invisalign.
it.
God, hey, Invisalign, that's plastic.
Oh,
For
it
sure,
works,
get
though.
cheaper.
It
I know,
works.
but get cheaper so kids in high school don't have to wear fucking metal braces.
Yeah. Well, no, you can do payment plan, like $422 a month or something like that.
That's a lot, man, for kids
lot.
and parents.
But they always said braces.
My parents can afford that. My brother had
braces were always expensive. Braces they're like, well, we were going to go on vacation this year, but we couldn't because of braces.
Yeah.
We're going to buy a car this year, we couldn't because of braces. Are
not
fucking
at $5,000.
expensive.
My brother had them for 7 years. Sorry,
Did
Jay.
he really?
That's true.
Did
My
he?
brother had it forever.
Oh,
His teeth
7 years?
look great now, though.
Because he
So
had
it's
braces
worth it,
for
yeah.
goddamn half his life.
You
They
better.
wanted it.
7 years.
My
Invisalign
uncle was
I'm
our
6
dentist.
months. I'm 6 months, one and done.
But that's Invisalign.
Yeah, man.
But maybe that's why it's so expensive because it
Yeah.
works so fast.
It works fast. And
But
it's
God, for sure, make that less.
what
so kids don't get
what
bullied.
didn't feel good was them filing they go, gotta make some room. She was like this woman. She's like, yeah, we have to make some room for you. I was like, what? She got a file in there and filed in the middle of my teeth. I was like, what? What are you doing? That was a
Why?
good time. I don't know. You got to create room in your mouth. The whole thing drives me crazy.
Did they say? No, I'm not trying to be a dick again, but did they say anything about whitening them? Did that even get brought up? Otherwise, let me know what dentist not to go to.
Hey, bro,
Tell me
it's a
their name.
step-by-step process, okay, man?
Why not just knock it all at once?
'Cause I don't-
Why not put teeth whitener in your braces?
I don't know, and because I'm busy.
Well, you're not that busy. You could put teeth whitener in there.
I don't know if that's how it works, sir.
It's not a bad idea though.
All right, man. One step at a time, like I said, please. Let me just get my
Maybe-
teeth straight, bro.
All right.
I'm already dealing with a lot emotionally with my mouth.
Is it hurting?
This thing doesn't feel good on the side of my mouth.
Talking about the herb?
Yeah. And don't call it a herb.
You brought this upon yourself.
God damn it.
Shout out to Tom Hardy playing Jafar. What else you got, Chin?
Do you guys watch this show, Bachelor?
I don't, but this guy does.
I do.
Do you know about this controversy?
I do, and I'm not mad at her at all.
Oh,
for
she's
making
hot.
these moves.
Yeah. So, Bachelor in Paradise. I guess one of the contestants, a black dude, and one of the contestants, a white girl. They were getting sexual together. They didn't really do it, but they were. I guess he was licking her vag.
They said softcore. They said it would be referred to as softcore porn, but
Okay.
it's all on camera.
It's all on camera.
And then, go ahead, Chin. Go ahead.
So a producer felt really, really uncomfortable about it because she was too drunk. That's what the producer said, a field producer.
Said that the female was too drunk.
He felt that she was too drunk, or he or she, I don't know if it was a guy or girl, but he felt that she was too drunk, so they shouldn't have videotaped it, or they should have stopped it from happening. However, sources close to the matter say that she was all about it at the time.
I'm sure.
And then now
she came to him, by the way.
Oh, so don't give that guy a hard time.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
So
Go ahead.
she's saying this now. She's saying she didn't consent to anything sexual with this guy.
Shit, he's fucked, and he's black. Fuck.
And she's got they said she has a boyfriend. She would never do this.
Oh, she's
but I
full
mean,
of shit.
if she's drunk,
So
who knows what she did, you know?
this is what I heard. I saw. They were both drinking, got really drunk. She approached him, came over to him, started making out. They go to a room, and they're basically doing softcore porn. He's licking her, and she's obviously fine as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And the producer who's doing it feels uncomfortable, quits. The next day, sues ABC or whatever it's on, saying he shouldn't have to sit through this, or she shouldn't have to sit through that. The entire series is canceled now. And now Homegirl goes, "Oh, I have a boyfriend. What? I
Exactly.
don't want to do this.
That's what it sounds
It's
like to
misconduct."
me.
And our poor boy fucking DeMario
Yes.
Jackson is
I
fucked.
I agree, man. I think it sounds like she was. I didn't see it, right? I don't know anything about it. But if she went to him and she got drunk and she was like, what do you? What?
Oh no, B.
What are you?
Oh no,
supposed to
here's
do?
another thing for you. I'm not putting sides here, but let's just add this up. She also took all her clothes off and jumped in the pool naked with him.
Yeah, and they said she appeared to be lucid and fully engaged.
Oh,
if
then
you're fully
homeboy's
engaged
dick
and
gets
making
hard,
out,
and now you want to
come
throw
on.
fucking.
Come
the
on,
dick
man.
out.
Oh, and you
Did
want to
it.
ruin his life with
It didn't get hard.
No, he couldn't do it because he was too drunk.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
He was
for
drunk
him.
too.
Yeah.
They were both drunk.
Listen, everybody's responsible for their behavior. If you get that drunk and you engage and you get in a pool naked with somebody and things happen,
They're not pressing charges against him though.
No, she's,
they're not?
She's just saying,
blaming-
"Now I had a boyfriend."
Okay.
Because
She's
she
blaming
knows
the show.
goddamn well.
She blamed the show.
But the whole show's canceled.
She's trying to make money off
The whole
the show
show's
or something.
canceled.
All right, I don't know. Listen, she's embarrassed. She got drunk, did something she didn't want to do. Everybody's
Hey,
embarrassed.
but also, if you have a boyfriend, don't go on Bachelor Paradise.
I agree with
Because
you
if
on
I'm the
that.
Bachelor, I'm trying to dick down everybody.
and you got some good-looking dudes like this guy DeMario.
good-looking dude.
You're
Of course,
drunk.
he tried hooking up with her.
She's very cute too. I don't know. I these shows are too insane.
Dude, is he might have been the one. This is hilarious. I was watching the new one, and it's a black bachelorette for the first time. So, do you watch it, Arsema? Hashtag no race. So I'm just saying that because you're black. But it's the first time there's an African American as a bachelorette, and well, they're it's a little kind of cliche what they're doing. It's a little racist, to be honest. There's a lot of black guys, a lot of white guys, and they play basketball. And, of course, the white guys are terrible. And there's one black guy just dunking the ball and everyone dominating. And to make cliches and stereotypes even worse, his girlfriend rolls in. She's all, "What are you doing?
Uh-oh.
Before you went on the show, you fucked me. Now you're here." And he's all, "I've never met her in my life."
Oh, no.
Yeah, and the girl and the bachelorette's like, "Hold on," and they have a sit down, and she's like, "Dude, I forget his name. It might be DeMario. It might be this guy because that looks like him here with the headband on." She's like, "Dude, last time I saw you, you fucked." She says this on camera. "Last time I saw you, you fucked me. You have keys to my house." And he goes, "All right, we did fuck, and I do have keys, but we're not together." And they're like doing this back and forth. She kicked him off the show, obviously. I just thought,
Yeah.
it was a little racist that they have all these black guys. They play basketball. They go to the locker room, tons of chicken wings, and then the black guy happens to have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it didn't make him look good and so good in life.
And then the guest
Unless they
speaker-
switched the table and everybody's playing golf now. Golf now.
And then the guest speaker, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of like when the Oscars went so black.
Yeah.
Remember they're like, oh, we
remember that.
didn't have one black guy. This year, all black. It's the black Oscars. Now Bachelor was like, they're right. We haven't had a token black girl. And they're being in shit for it.
Right.
And then they just went fucking balls deep. This episode of The Bachelor is brought to you by Lugs and chicken wings. It's Wingstop.
Lugs.
Are you thirsty? Get you some grape drink. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? They did a
And
180.
now Hennessy for the
That's
special.
exactly what they did. The intro song brought to you by Lil Wayne. I was like, what in the world is happening?
Do you
right
like
now?
cough syrup? Lil Wayne does. It's not just for when you're sick anymore.
Usually Chris does the hosting, but this time we got Flavor Flav. Isn't that weird?
Why aren't you wearing a giant clock on you? Do you know what time it is?
It's Flavor Flav. We fired Chris. He's just
Stay
too
woke,
white.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Well-
it was so interesting. I was like, God, they are really playing the black stereotype.
Yeah,
here.
that sounds pretty crazy. All right, well, I don't know.
They'll be
canceled.
fine.
That's what you get.
The homegirl's just crying river because she got caught and she was cheating on her man. I'm not mad at her.
As long as
or
she
him.
doesn't sue for like sexual assault or anything.
She
like
won't
that.
because the video.
Yeah.
That video of her being drunk,
right.
her being the aggressor,
Yeah.
her jumping in the pool with them fine ass titties and that ass, and him jumping in the pool. You know.
A good lawyer would have a field day with that.
Oh, a good lawyer's like, hold on. White girl takes off all her clothes, drunk, jumps in the pool. My black client, you think he wanted to be in the pool?
Yep.
Like, there's so much easy.
So my
ways to do it.
buddy got sued for sexual harassment because he said something so innocuous. He said something to really, really innocuous, like she's got this great dress on and she was on a bike and he was talking about a story. And she goes, I feel uncomfortable. And she had a history of doing this. And so she reported him for sexual harassment. She goes, I feel uncomfortable, and ran out. So he got put on paid leave. He couldn't go to the office until this happened. So 6 months later,
6 months paid
he
leave?
hired a lawyer. He
Hey,
hired
6 months paid leave?
Yeah.
She did him a favor.
Yeah, but you know what he does? He does work where he should be there, and he does it for other people. So he works with foster kids and stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
it was a problem. So he hired a woman lawyer who was a complete badass who specializes in these things.
Sexual
And
assault.
dude, he said
They
he
probably
got
ate
that
her
girl
up.
he got her up on the stand. And he said, if you're going to lie, if you think there's any and there's a good lawyer across the street, you didn't think of everything. Believe me, they're professionals. It's like me being in the ring with Luke Rockhold.
They've heard it a million
First time
times.
I've been in the ring, this guy's in the ring with, and this lawyer, he said, dude, I was so shocked because he's a lawyer too. He's a lawyer too. But he said, dude, I
Wait,
had no
he's a
fucking
lawyer and he
idea.
got paid leave?
Yeah, he's a lawyer. Well, he's a lawyer by training. So he has his law degree. Why?
Wait, he's a lawyer and then works with foster kids?
Yes.
And then did he sexually assault the foster
No,
kid?
no. He's a lawyer. He has his law degree, but he now works with foster kids.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. So he's just a lawyer by training.
Oh, gotcha.
This woman does this. She does this.
God.
Woo!
They
He said
specialize in
she fucking dissected this woman. This woman literally crumbled.
So
on
what
him.
happened?
She crumbled.
But
she
what happened?
crumbled.
What happens with him?
He was 100% fine. He was reinstated, and this woman was completely defaced.
Did they
and
fire her?
I believe they fired her.
They probably would because I
Yeah.
mean, she's.
I would countersue.
I'd fire and countersue, and she's a huge liability.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to get a job too if that's like her track record. I wouldn't want her in my office.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I think if you do that, you're trying to ruin somebody's life, and I think you should
You're
pay
also a
the
piece
full
of
price
shit.
for it. Yep. And there are people out there that want to do that to you.
What else you got, Jen?
All right, how about this one? A guy's freed after 17 years in prison. Because it was for an aggravated robbery, and it was based off an eyewitness account. And then turns out there's another guy. By the way, this is a weird case. So the other guy looks just like him, and you can see a picture of him here side by side. And then the
Oh my god,
Dude,
the
Hey,
side profile
You
is
can't
ridiculous.
blame the eyewitness.
You can't blame the eyewitness at all. That's crazy.
And they believe the cops are trying to influence him because look at these pictures that they had for the witness.
Oh hell no! You can't
Right?
see the other guy's.
That's a little tough. But bro, that's kind of nuts. That's ridiculous.
So all the other pictures are dark
Hey,
black, and
you
the
know
one
what's
guy
fucked
is
up
light.
to me is so homeboy spent 17 years of prison in his life. They go, hey, good news, we fucked up. Here's your reward. You get out. There's
Well,
no money.
No, you'll get money.
severance.
You'll get money.
Do you?
Oh yeah, you get money.
If you got a
so I
countersuit?
know a guy who went to jail for 25 years, and he went away when he was 16. And
He didn't. And he was.
they are
He
giving
didn't do the
him-
crime?
No, and they're giving him $25 million. So,
Wow.
and I was talking to him. about what he's going to do
He
with
gets
it.
$25 million dollars to
Yep.
go to prison.
He got
for,
his first installment, which was $5 million recently.
Who
And
pays that,
So
the
he's
state?
yeah, and now he's out there looking for houses in nice neighborhoods after being in California State Penitentiary.
For 16 years?
I thought you met him. You didn't ever met him with me. Yeah, great
and,
guy.
and so you sue and you get $25 million, or they just go, my bad, here's $25 million. Lock me away. Throw away the key.
I don't know the details, but I know that he was granted $25 million. And he, you'd think somebody's been in jail for that long. I talked to him a long time about what California State Penitentiary breaks up into gangs and stuff like that. It's pretty wild. But you'd think that somebody like that would look really terrible. He looks fantastic. He's got, he's muscular.
He's 37 now or something?
Yeah, something
38?
like that. 40. Really wild, man.
Jesus.
Yeah.
This poor, those people, I always wondered, do they give them money? Because
Yes.
those shows I watch, they don't.
I think they have to.
No, they'll give you money.
Damn,
Yeah.
I didn't know they give you $25 million.
Yeah.
I don't know that much, but that's
Although
awesome.
some
Like how much did
states
Hurricane
and
get,
police,
the boxer? I don't think he got anything.
he probably did. They have a lot of
The movie said
They have a lot of insurance for these things. I mean, the LAPD pays out a lot of money every year out of court.
I bet.
Yeah,
God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
yeah.
What else you got, Chin?
Mistakes happen.
I got one more.
That's an understandable mistake.
That one, God, it's
I mean,
tough.
that's tough.
Don't,
come on.
Don't be born like a criminal.
They share
like
the
that.
same first name, too. And they're from this,
Oh my
really close
God.
by in
Yeah,
Kansas City.
See ya.
Dude, they look identical.
Richard
the guy on
and
the right's
Ricky.
the real criminal?
Yeah.
The guy on the left. So the guy on the right is the one that got released.
Oh shit.
The guy on the
I
right's
would've-
more
But the thing-
handsome.
Yeah, I guessed the other way around.
The thing is, the other guy, he says he's not guilty either, so they have to put him through
here
trial.
we
Yeah,
go.
so who knows what's going to happen here.
Here we
there's
go.
another guy.
But there wasn't enough evidence to,
After
to get this
16
guy.
years, it's going to be tough to prove the other guy
That's
did
impressive.
it, too. Shout out to that guy. It's fucking, he's going to hit $25 million coming your way,
Yeah.
apparently. What else you got?
All right, this is the last one. A Coast Guard pulled a dude and his dog from a duct-taped built boat that he made.
Yeah, don't make your boat out of duct tape and expect you're going to go far in
So
life.
that was on Mythbusters, and duct tape like that is made of metal, so it's amazingly good.
So it can work for a while. This guy's
Yes.
still floating in the picture.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. You can actually float for a long time.
Apparently not well enough, though. Or maybe he just didn't make a good enough one.
Well,
It's
by the way,
taking
it's
on
near
water.
Juneau, Alaska. Now that water is cold. Is so cold. If you're
Right.
in that water for 10 minutes, we'll see you later. You will die.
Fuck,
You will
man.
die. In the summer, by the way. That water is crazy cold.
Some people love duct tape. I've never been that guy who's balls deep in duct tape. Like, I see people with wallets and purses. Fucking relax.
Only when I rob somebody.
You ever seen those people with duct tape stuff? They're just all about duct tape. I had friends in high school who would make shit.
Cures
out of duct
everything.
tape.
It solves
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
off.
Pull out some duct tape.
Yeah, relax.
Got a hole in your shoe? Let me help you
Yeah,
out.
it's weird.
Yeah.
Is
They
that
say if you're in a survival situation, duct tape that gray
silver.
stuff is silver.
kind,
Yeah,
yeah.
that shit's good for everything.
Is that it, Chin?
That's it.
I get pissed so hard.
I got a pistol hard.
This piston will come back and do a drop in knowledge. It's so hot.
It's so hot.
So tell me when. My dropping knowledge is about Pareto's law. You know about Pareto's law?
I don't. Please explain to
Pretty
me and
interesting.
every listener.
Vilfredo Pareto was an Italian economist, and he noticed while he was gardening that 20% of his pea pods produced 80% of his peas.
Some hardworking pods.
Some hard-working pods.
Others just riding the pine.
Then he started doing some more research, and he was like, wow, wait, 20% of the population owns 80% of the land in Italy. Then he started looking at certain businesses, and he found that 20% of the employees were producing 80% of the production.
Yep.
And so it goes. And it actually turned out to be kind of a law. And sometimes 20% of your workforce are causing 80% of your problems. So the idea is that when you're running a business or your own life, try to figure out what 20% of your effort is causing 80% of your results. The same thing can be done for working out or for your health or for your energy or for whatever. That Pareto's principle applies to a lot of things across the board. The truth is that usually 20% of your effort is causing 80% of your results. And maybe that 20%, maybe there are those two people. So a lot of business people are saying they spend 80% of their time on 5 really difficult clients, but they're only getting 20% return. So they fire those, they just get rid of those clients and their business booms. And it's the same thing when you're managing your life. So Pareto's principle can be applied to your life, apparently, and many people have talked about how that's helped. So look it up, Pareto's law. Very interesting. And interesting that a freaking economist would be gardening and come up with this amazing law that's still, it's still applied to science.
He's still alive now, probably not.
No, 1896.
Super old
Yeah,
school.
it's old school.
Super old school.
It's old school, but pretty cool.
Love it, man.
All right, kids.
Back in studio.
Very quickly, I'm going to be tomorrow doing a charity for my friend Dave Otley and his family. Dave's having a hard time. He's got to go have this major spinal operation. So at the Laugh Factory tomorrow, we are doing stand-up. I would love
Bryan is. I'm not.
Yeah. I'd love you to be involved, but you
I already have a set at the
Yeah, you
store.
got a set. But we're going to do this gig, and we're raising money. So come to the Laugh Factory, please. It's for a really
What
good.
time, B?
And he's a great comic. It is going to be at 8:00 at the Laugh Factory. So come on down.
Raise some money.
Raise some money, please.
Pay for that back surgery.
Yeah. He's going to be bedridden for 2 months.
Yikes. Poor guy.
Lying
Wish
down.
him best of luck.
Yeah, he had spina bifida as a kid, so he's got lots of health problems.
Shitty deal, man. Hopefully you guys.
He's always in
Making
pain.
that
Just really quickly, he's always in pain. Just think about how lucky you are. And the pain is so much that he breaks out in shingles and stuff, but this operation is going to take the pain away. Just huge. There it is.
Boom. Go see Bryan, Laugh Factory. Next week, Thursday night, I am at Gotham Comedy Club. There are less than 20 tickets left before that bitch is sold out. Let's keep this trend going. I have never not sold out a Big Brown Breakdown live. This one should be special. I'm there for Bellator live in New York City, Madison Square Garden. But that Thursday night, it's June 22nd, Gotham Comedy Club. I will be there slanging jokes, slapping bitches, and breaking down fights. TFATK.com for everything. And we are releasing the TFATK Summer Teas and Tanks this week. We are doing it Wednesday, 5 o'clock Pacific time. Everything you've ever need. TFATK.com. I think that's it, brother. It's good to be back.
Good to be back. Aussie Kid is back.
This is the Finally Kid. The kid has braces. We're out.